Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to VR Master League Channel 1. Welcome to the Snowflake Cup here in Europe. About ready to start, just getting all settled in and getting these players up and ready to go. But yeah, happy to be here casting this. I'm Palidore, being joined by Swift, who's well, about to chime in for me. I think just catching up with some of the players and hopefully inform them that they're ready. But you know what? We're ready here to start off on this 2-day-long tournament across the regions.
Yeah, and excited to kick this off. Obviously, dusting off a little bit rusty on the casting end, but hopefully it's still going to be very entertaining for you guys to watch. All of these teams, looking at the rosters, it's going to be very entertaining to see them all play, and it's all kind of just a mix of a load of teams from Europe.
Yeah, we got teams from Europe, of course, North American Cups later on. We had the Oceano Cups 2 nights ago. And yeah, just a lot of fun. Again, these community tournaments being put together throughout this offseason of VRML. Plenty of them. We've streamed a good handful of them here, especially during the weekends on VRML, and happy to do so. Happy to see some familiar faces, some new faces, both in the Twitch streams right there, as well as in the game here. And heading into the new season of VRML starting on the 3rd of January. A shout out for this event as well, though, to VR Community Builders as well as Rebuff Reality for putting this together. And, you know, Hasco doing a lot of great work around the community to put this all together and get these players playing for this holiday tournament. That's going to be great.
Yeah, I mean, just talking about these teams, or a team, of course, Nank being a mix between Nantes Sport and Blanc, if you don't know, which Nantes Sport I play for. And Alcost and Charlie are my teammates, so I'm going to be slightly more... If you notice that I'm slightly more critical of two individual players in this game, then maybe that's why.
Oh yeah, the kind of amalgamation of teams here. Some of the familiar faces I was talking about kind of right there on Nank. But alright, with that said, Nank problem. It's round 1 starting off here in the Snowflake Cup for EU. So to the Twitch chat, I see some of you guys in there. I notice you. Hey, Cosmic and Keegan, Monster, your boy, and Foliate Rex. Here we go. Time for the round to start, and very, very quick start indeed, as Tosius gets the first shot.
Yeah, and I know these guys scrimmed yesterday with this team, kind of just as a fun little scrim, and I watched it, and Narco doing a very good job of passing it around, a good job of pulling off these fast plays, and yeah, it's going to be, I've never seen Game of Throw, and that is a clever name, but it will be taken here by Alacost, as after that failed joust attempt, going to be a pass up to Charlie, and immediately, really good positioning here, good pass to Paddish, and a good stun as well on the goalie. Impeccable play, unfortunately just not able to get the rollout.
Yeah, a little bit tough there on the defensive, against the defense coming out from that opposite side. Really fast was Nunk, and able to just bother them enough to get that goal. Minute in, 2 separate goals being scored by Nunk, and will be another attempt coming out here, this time Melon Amy, with a pretty nice pass off to the tunnel here. And Izzy with the disc rolling it into the blue side of the floor, trying to get their offense going for the first time in this round.
Yeah, this pass, just a little bit too high there to Amy. So unfortunately not able to get that in time, although still able to buy enough time to get the disc. It's going to be a cross pass here over to Trey, but the shot just missing out there off the anchor on that shoulder. Now going to be cleared away by Alacost, and a stack immediately forming there from Nank, although not able to maintain it together. Paddish there with an open shot. It's difficult to hit though, and Charlie just able to recover that.
Some good stuns there in the midfield, however, the recovery indeed coming back the way of Nank. They're going to pass it off. It's going to go the way to Paddish, but Melon saving that in a very melancholy way, making them sad for sure, but you know, the stack's immediate from Nank, and they're going to get the disc back, no problem, for another attempt inside that bubble.
Yeah, I mean, that shot going from one goalie to another, and now Paddish going to make the second attempt on that shot after stunning the goalie away once again. But Paddish, an excellent goalie from Europe, and putting in quite a lot of work recently.
Yeah.
And I mean, just showing that, I mean, she can play on offense as well.
Yeah, and kind of continuing that tradition of just a really skilled goalies coming out of Europe constantly. Seems like to be extra prevalent in Europe ever since 2017, and it's always a pleasure to watch. The defense happening, as well as those stacks we very well know and love. But as they move in here for some brawls, a good pass attempt right to the bottom of the floor, and that's going to open things up perhaps for a drive-in. A kind of hook shot will be off and sail outside that bubble for the awaiting rebound at the wedge. But ooh, nice job by Izzy. At least a contest, but they still get it back for Nonk.
Yeah, no, Alcos missed that pass coming off of the boot. Difficult bounce. It just goes flying if you miss that pass. But they're able to get the disc straight back. Charlie is able to recover on that offense in the bubble, able to get another 2-pointer. 8-0 now for Narc. It's looking good.
Yeah, and it still took him a few attempts. There was some good defense there, and mostly predicated off of some brawls coming in from Game of Throw, so Game of Stuns if nothing else. But it's just that second, the third attempts, those ones will do you in. And indeed, that's what the case was in that particular series of plays, as it will be another turnover going the way of Blue, and back to the offense again, perhaps.
Yeah, Alcos not quite able to get that clear and boost, but able to get that back pass, so a good opportunity taken there. And slightly congested on this roll through, but not quite enough contesting on that shield there from Game of Throw. Padish is able to walk it right up to the bubble.
And I'll throw it over to the Twitch chat real quick, because I just noticed as of this stream, we just surpassed the 2,000 followers mark. We're at 2,006 now, it looks like. So, yeah, thank you guys for doing that. And right now, trying to do them in for a 3-point shot. The tap was slightly off, so the 10-point lead won't balloon to 13 quite yet. But some more stuns in the midfield, this time from Trey, will knock it loose and potentially give Game of Throw a chance to recover if they act fast. But unfortunately, a grab there from Charlie. And the goal.
I was going to say there, I think that slap was taken by Charlie, which, I don't know, I can cut him just a little bit of a slack, because I know he just changed to Quest 2, but he made up for it with the 2-pointer anyway, so.
Yeah, we were just talking about that before we went live. I know you just got the Quest 2 as of recently, and I also got the Quest 2 a couple weeks after launch, and mentioning how impressive that has been, and especially with the added update as well to Echo as of the last week or two, as that shot is just in the bottom pocket. Alikos locking in 15 points for Nonk.
That was an excellent shot there, yeah, taken from that popcorn block. You don't see very many shots coming from there, but no. Alikos found it and made it.
Yeah, that he did, and it's a really good hit right at the bottom pocket of that, and it will be a 15-point lead. But yeah, I mean, that aside, you're mentioning Swift, you're pretty impressed with the Quest 2 and the throwing, and seeming to adjust pretty well. I know I've been playing lately, and I've loved it a lot as well.
Yeah, the new update is pretty cool. It kind of lets you change the dead zone, makes your throwing similar to kind of whatever headset, makes you able to adjust it, whether you're coming from Rift S or CV1, whichever headset you're coming from. But I found it was pretty easy to adjust to Quest 2, and I'll definitely be playing with it in Season 3. And if you were wondering, yes, you can definitely play with the Quest and compete at the highest level, which I'm hoping to prove to everyone.
Absolutely. And as a good clear out there from Trey, and trying to get that disc back there with Teamer, right, at the midfield. And now Izzy again, who's been playing pretty well in the midfield, doing the brawls and getting these stuns off to just contest Nonk and trying to find the offense going still. But, again, it's not like these first attempts are success here for Nonk a lot of the times. They do take a few times and a few attempts, as that one is off the post this time. But as always, just those rebounds, Swift, it's going to be very damaging.
Yeah, I mean, as a goalie, it's difficult because you've got to jump out the goal to read those when it doesn't bounce quite into the net. But if you overcommit too much, it can leave the goal open, as it did right there. And sometimes, you just got to stick in the goal if you've waited a bit too long, and kind of just hold your arms out and hope.
Yeah, pretty much. And looks like not gonna lose a player out right there, so they're gonna hope to have him back soon. But if they can, Game of Throw trying to take advantage of this. But it does look like a boost is going to result in a shot, and that is just barely off. Good look, at least. And just an inch to the right would have been good.
Yeah, Alikos's been doing pretty well as a striker. I know he's been working on his shots recently, even though he does play in the goalie position most of the time. That's a great save, though. Speaking of goalie, but right back, and Melon, Amy with the save once again. So good shots from Narc, but even better defense there from Game of Throw. But can they convert it into offense? This is what they've been struggling with. They've really not been able to get it past into that blue zone up until now. And it seems like Padish is going to be able to get that stun. So Izzy is left here on this biggie block, pushing up towards the bubble, but it's a 1-on-2, and the cross is denied by Padish for being briefly stunned out, and Alakos first one to the disc. It's a good stun, though, from Game of Throw. It's an awkward position, kind of in no man's land, but it's slapped away there by Nak, all the way down to the other end of the field. The defense is back, just fast enough to get the recollection. Padish with another stun, and slapping it now through straight into the middle.
And good stuff from Melon and Izzy to get the stacks back quickly and at least recover on the defense. There were also those beautiful back-to-back saves earlier on. 17 points here as they approach the last 90 seconds. But look at that in a hot second. It's Melon, Amy again. Another save. And if they can find a stack, they might be able to get some late points here in this first round. But just being bothered in the midfield. Let's see, though. The goal is open. And almost making their shot for 3. They still have one more chance with the anchor pass to Melon, and the anchor will be off.
It's so close. That angle is difficult to make as well. Saw, I think it was Melon take a time, line up the shot, take the shot, and it just dings and moves away. It's kind of disappointing. Not only, you know, to see as they try and build up some momentum here, but I mean, I guess also from their perspective, just looking at the disc, it looks so good and then hits the post.
Yeah, but they still, again, look, they got the recovery. They're getting some looks here late. The good dive out. Oh, the pass handing off. I think Trey was maybe intending to hit Melon over by the barrier. Could have been a fantastic look, but just slightly astray. They'll still get the boost first, but now going to be taken off guard and need to get on guard for this shot attempt coming in with 25 seconds left from Alakos. Off the back save, but snagged, grabbed, and put back home. 19 points, 19 seconds left. Strong effort defensively, but it's just those recoveries from Nonk that are putting this to bed.
And I feel like that play was almost a summary of this entire game. Game of Throw, they're so close to putting something together, especially with those saves on the defense. They're just really struggling to convert this into offense. And again, I see this time and time again because we struggle with it. It's that kind of converting play that is the most difficult to play in Echo. It's so difficult to get used to, and especially as the game gets faster and faster, that skill ceiling is just going to keep raising.
Oh yeah, that's been extremely evident for those who tuned into the OCE streams a couple nights ago there for the finals that we streamed. I mean, that was a fantastic match. It was a thriller. Went full 3 rounds in the grand finals. There was an overtime in every single round. I mean, that was a crazy good game. And these were players. Some of them were. A couple of the players, in fact, weren't even level 50 yet. They were brand spanking new to the game still. I mean, they were somewhere in the 40s. And then we also recognized some of the players from OCE in Season 2 of VRML. But the point is, you know, for such a short period of time, the improvements from the longer-term players were evident. The fast learning from the new players was extremely evident. And you're seeing that, you know, in every region now. And yeah, it's just, again, a testament to the growth. And I hear with the holiday season, with Black Friday sales, and with Christmas and etc., all on the board, I think we're going to see a lot more new players coming in the next several weeks and throughout the next year.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm just super excited. It's kind of gone from like a year ago. If you saw someone that was level 25, level 30, that's kind of the level you start getting into those level 50 lobbies. And sometimes you just feel bad, and usually you'd see level 30 and kind of not expect passes, but now I keep seeing level 30s, level 40s just making half-court shots, and it's getting scary from a competitive standpoint.
Sure is. Yeah, sure is. And trying to make this second round more competitive if they can on the offensive end. I mean, another turnover caused, but not too much power behind that throw due to the kind of fadeaway. So goal is momentarily exposed, but doing a good job for Game of Throw to get back into the bubble immediately on the defense. And now just trying to contest this again here, as that pass is going to be off, snagged and cleared by Melon once more into the tunnel.
Yeah, I mean, talking about wrong on the quest too, but that was certainly no shot to excuse. That's Toes getting that pass straight back to Padish. But yeah, they're lining up the backboard play, but then it seems like Game of Throw doing a better job now of kind of covering these people on the in the bubble. And it's Alcost again taking the shot up. Another stun in the goal. Charlie though just sticking himself in there to try and kind of prevent that defense from saving the shot, and well, it does work.
Yeah, eventually finding the opportunity. Alcost there almost even getting caught up in the barrier, but was able to maneuver right around that, grab the disc, and find the conversion on what was some very assaulted defense there in the bubble. So with that, a minute and a half into the second round, and you can see Trey and Izzy in the back line trying to get back into the defense if they can, but just the same, bounce pass over to the bubble where it is a 2-on-2 currently. About to expand maybe as Alcost, another attempt, but off of Melon's Melon, and now off the goal.
Yeah, just unfortunate that Narc were able to get that in, and still not quite. The slap eventually coming through. Melonimi just sat in the goal, stunned away from most of that, just watching the disc fly past the goal over and over again. But eventually, Narc are able to get it through after a lot of shots.
Yeah, and based on what we've seen from the goalkeeping here in Game of Throw, you know, I think it's playing a part in the strategy to definitely just start going for those stuns a little bit more, and start painting the corners more if you can. Hence, you know, some of these goalpost dings where, you know, you do want to try and make it as hard as you can for goalies who prove themselves well capable of defending against shots, which they have here on Game of Throw.
Yeah, and it is the most frustrating, but the most necessary thing I feel like to deal with as a goalie. It's becoming more and more common. Before it was kind of almost frowned upon, but now it's necessary with how good goalies are getting, and you just have to be stunning the goalie. And of course, it is an in-game mechanic, so they're going to use it.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's just one of those strategies in the playbook. And sometimes you want to offer more spacing for passes if you're on offense. Sometimes you do want to dedicate one just to go bother the goalie, look for a dunk or something like that. As they get another point here, a couple of them in fact. Tosis from Charlie, and that's 6 for Knock.
Yeah, just good passing up the field by Knock. So far, just seeing that Game of Throw, they're struggling to get the rollouts. They're maybe not communicating as well as they'd like on the rollouts. And I mean, yeah, they just often they look for these clear and boost plays instead of putting people in the separate tunnels, and it's forcing kind of rushed passes. And that's a great 3-point shot from Alcost, getting this now to 9-0.
Oh yeah, you weren't lying. Alcost definitely putting in some work here, and on those shots, I mean, he's been ringing home more often than not from the long range. So some nice hits there from Alcost, and they're at the 9-point mark, about 4 minutes into round 2.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense. Oh, that's an unfortunate headbutt coming from the rollout of Game of Throw, spinning the disc away, but fortunately not going anywhere in terms of laterally anyway. So yeah, just unfortunate again from Game of Throw, not able to get the hands on the disc on that joust.
That headbutt was kind of reminiscent of my attempts every time I've tried headbutting it. It goes about just as well, so hey. But Izzy here in the tunnel being contested, a crossover to the other corner. I knows they had a teammate in the area, but looks like maybe a recovery eventually here from Nong, but actually no, somehow just on all 4 players not able to get it back, but they will eventually there, and now the clear will be a success.
Yeah, the stat coming through, that's a bounce if I've ever seen one. That's almost in, but slapped in by Tosis anyway. That would have been very interesting bounce rolling off of the rolling through the tunnel there. And I know that is a shot that I've seen made before, but I don't know. Right now it seems kind of too hard to make, you know, consistent all the time. But I just know in a few months people will just be making it constantly, and then I'll seem stupid for saying it. So I'll just leave that alone.
Oh yeah, you definitely see a lot of clever bounces being taken. A lot. Even me just playing recently and in private games and stuff. There's so many players now. Before, you know, there used to be very specific players where it's like, you know, this player is really known for the bounce shots, and now it's like everyone has been practicing them, and everyone can hit a variety of different angles. You know, from my experience, it's getting pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, previously it was kind of, if you saw Boop, then watch out for the bounce shot. But now, if you see a player, look out for the bounce shot, and it's gonna happen again, almost touching that that ring on the side of. Oh, that's a bad slap by Elikos, not quite making it into the goal on the open
nice.
net. Paddish able to get the slap, almost able to make it on defense, but just not able to get it on the bubble. And Trey putting his hands out, almost begging.
Yeah, just that bounce. I mean, the initial diver got stunned, but the disc went to the perfect place for that put-back shot. So with 3:30 left here in round 2, looking a little bit tough for Game of Throw to make a comeback here. They're gonna try their best for sure. This is a double elim tournament. That is a say too across these 2 days. So you do have to lose 2 matches in order to be eliminated, but. You know, that said, no one wants to find themselves in that hole too early on if they can help it. And, you know, Game of Throw, regardless of the results of this one, they're still going to want to try and find some goals here. That way they can, you know, carry over something to the next game, perhaps.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, trying to find something on offense here, but there's some good coverage there by Nank, and maybe leaving a player just a little bit too far back. Charlie disrupting it as well. They're finding it difficult to get these passes through. They're finding it difficult to get positions up in the bubble, and it's causing them a lot of trouble in that offense. But another ding coming through from Nank. Is able to dunk it in for the 2. Yet again, though, just off of Elikos' shot.
Yeah, if you want proof that Elikos is feeling good, just look at that one. I mean, that was ridiculous. Grabbed it in midair, did a 360, shot it, and was so close to making it. He is definitely feeling hot and full confidence on those attempts.
Yeah, and I mean, rightfully so, I guess, because he has been making quite a few 3-pointers this game. And yeah, just like to see Game of Thrones maybe take a little bit more time with it on the offense, slapping it away. They did have a little bit more time, but then again, coming in with the communication aspects. But yeah, maybe these players just aren't used to kind of playing with each other, which I guess would make sense. The teams are kind of random mishmash of different teams, so yeah, I mean, we've seen some good pair play and some good individual play from Game of Throw, but unfortunately not able to convert that. And I think that was Elikos again. Or maybe it was Charlie with a 3.
Oh, it was Elikos. It was Elikos, sorry, with a 21. Wow.
Yep. I mean, I guess it makes sense that Elikos has a good shot on those 3s. He's kind of the furthest back if he's a goalie. He receives those passbacks plenty of times, and I guess that's kind of the position you find yourself where if the goal's open or if you can get a stun, then if you're the passback option, you're going to be the one taking the shot, not the strikers. So yeah, it definitely makes sense that Elikos has a good shot, and I mean, it definitely isn't the first time that I've seen it. So
yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more of that going into next season of VRML coming up in a few weeks. See. You know, just all these different improvements from the players. I do recognize as well as, you know, these new players coming in, plenty of them. Last I checked on the website there, I think about 1,500 plus players listed as active. We ended season 1 around 1050, 1100, something like that. So, I mean, yeah, definitely got a lot more teams to be expecting here in the next season and, you know, coming up soon. But that said, it looks like we have another stream, actually, or another match already ready to go. Getting pinged from Haskell there, which on that note, I want to make a quick reminder too. The winning team here will receive a special Discord role and color. I think there might be some other surprises along the way. Announced at a later date, perhaps, but there's also being selected a winner for best team name. So 4 teams competing here. There'll be some prizes for that as well. And some awards for people who show good sportsmanship, kind of an MVP sportsman award of sorts. So those will be kind of determined and announced tomorrow. So with that said, we're going to take a brief intermission here and get lined up for this next match, which is apparently awaiting us. So do stay tuned, guys, and we will BRB. Alright everyone, welcome back to VRML Channel 1, where we're streaming the Snowflake Cup. This one, the European edition. We got North America later on today. We've had Oceania the other night. And yeah, we're getting ready to go. I'm Palidore once again. We got Swift by my side. We've got Uwu, and we got the Manly Boys. Two more than fun names. I'm sure there'll be plenty of clips of me saying Uwu after this. Just you wait. But with that, Swift, how you feeling?
Feeling pretty good, and you behave, Twitch chat, as we are gonna get started with this game.
Uwu's not banned on Twitch yet, right? It's
no.
just other words.
Just yeah.
All right, well, round one about to begin already. It's up to Single Shot over in the chat. Thanks for joining. Good to see you. And here we maybe go. There we go. It's the legend with the disc.
And being contested there slowly there by the Manly Boys, but not quite quick enough to maintain possession. But it's going to be taken there by that clear and boost pair there.
Ooh.
Almost getting to it, but able to take the 3-point shot. Going to be the Manly Boys with the first goal. Not very quick, but still, it's 3 points.
Yeah, the stack was nice. That chain got a lot of the regrabs underway, and had they missed even a single regrab, success might not have been there. So good move there from the Manly ones, as Uwu goes on the launch. Multi over to the left tunnel, gets that not a problem, crossing it over a zipper line down the way. That's gonna just take a corner bounce to the rebounded hands of Legend, but Legend, well, is being lost there with the stuns as the stacks regather with just immediacy and urgency, and able to get some tunnel brawls now going on, or I guess trap more like.
Yeah, and Dej now gonna get this cross over to Multi. Maybe another cross back, but Multi taking. Oh no, I just realized what's gonna happen with these names, and it's gonna be taken there by Owo, who is not on Uwu, and that's oh no, we're gonna have a couple of struggles.
Oh, that's okay. It's gonna warm us up for the next season of VRML, if nothing else. Getting some of these names all lined up here. But that said, lining up the disc was Owo, and yeah, yeah. uh-oh is the right word for this one, as Oculalan takes that disc, sends it over to the backboard, but nice stun out actually from Multi.
Yeah, great read on that play, and Awa is gonna get this clear.
Ting ting, walla bing bang.
A16 gonna take that pass to try and get down to his teammate on the clear and boost. Not quite there though, so it's going to be contested here by Multi, and Dej going to take that one, try and clear it away here for Uwu, but not quite going to get all the way through, and now going to be taken by Multi, and try to get this cross by Oculalan, but it's a long one. It's going to be taken here by Multi. Oh, it's just going to keep happening. They're going to keep interchanging possessions between each other, and it's almost like they're doing it on purpose.
Well, either or, trying to get some scores on the board some more. I mean, we're 3 minutes in, only 1 point so far, or one score rather, and a nice denial from Dej. Been a while since I've been able to say that, but happy to be on that same page once again as I get the stacks. The chains are off and underway. Will be recovered by Dej, has some options up to the shoulder. Looking to maybe pass it off now as everyone else joins in the bubble. Anchoring down and just gets the 3. Never mind, no pass necessary.
And that is a pocket shot if I've ever seen one.
Great one.
Dinged about 3 times on my end. Just so close to the 3 posts, I guess. and hitting all of them, able to get that 3-pointer. And now, kind of getting back the lead. Well, not the lead, but getting back the game, and able to get back into play here. Awa trying to get this pass through, although contested by A16. Can be cleared. Actually, not through, because Awa is going to take that straight back. Able to take that off the hands of...
Ooh.
Speaking of taking it off the hands, going to be the Manly boys taking it straight off the hands of Uwu there in the bottom corner.
So back up by 2, about 4 minutes into this first round. And I'll also... Here, I'm just remembering to unmute the comms here and there. I know it's been requested. Just the reason I don't sometimes for these gets a little bit distracting with 8 players all coming in my ear, you know, with their play calls and positions and stuff. So if it gets too busy, which it kind of already is, I might actually turn that off soon. But for these community cups, I do typically like to hear the comms when possible. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is very much kind of what you want to hear, and I mean, I guess sometimes you just want to hear the players talking, and it is kind of interesting to hear the comms. A16 is going to take that nice cross play from Uwu there, and it's going to be equalizing once again. So a very close matchup, kind of 3 matching the 3 and the 2 matching the 2. It's all going very well for both teams, and yeah, I mean, of course it's cup. It's all about having fun, and it seems like these players are doing just that.
Yeah. For some of these other tournaments on VRML in the off season, I've been unmuting the comms, but those have also been like 2v2s and 3v3s and such. So the 4v4 is a little bit more crowded in the airspace, but that's all right. Although Twitch chat, let me know if it gets too distracting. Maybe I'll just turn it on for after goals and stuff like that. I don't know. But either way, the boosts are underway. A tied-up game here with still halfway to go in this first round. A shot attempt and another nice pocket. Wow. The way that shot went in looked so unusual, but it was effective.
Did he just do a spin and then pocket that from that angle? That was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's
a nice...
I looked at the instant replay. It wasn't actually he didn't spin his body, but he spun his arm, what looked like all the way around, and then shot it behind his back and hit that pocket. So that was an incredible shot.
Yeah, well, the arm is part of the body, so you're technically right anyways, as Multi gets the goal off a great pass from Oculallen. Definitely has the oculars on the team play. Like to see it tied up again.
Yeah, Multi making that shot again, very quick. At the 17 meters a second, and again getting a 2-pointer straight away, matching the Uwu goal as well. So yeah, again, Multi taking the disc, gonna play this slow, try and draw out that stack that the Manly boys have grouped up, and now gonna try and get this cross through, able to match this to the legend, pass it straight back, although that pass back not quite working out. It's gonna go straight into the hands of Oo, who's gonna clear it through, bounce off the station in middle, and now maybe trying to find this bounce shot or pass.
Whoa.
May have been in, but Multi taking it in to secure the goal, and now just taking that 2-pointer in a smart move, since that defense was coming in mighty quick.
Man, just impressive execution on that from the Manly boys, for sure. Just in very quick succession. They grab the disc, they have another player already boosting off towards the goal for a potential rebound or pass, and I mean, that was executed to just about perfection there.
Yeah.
Also, Nightbot, don't worry, Nightbot is harmless. He might say stuff, but unless someone else changed it, I disabled that thing a long time ago, so it just sends empty messages in the chat now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I mean, we told the Twitch chat to behave, but ironically, Nightbot is the only one misbehaving in this fact. Mutant Haskell, not kind of a counter, if you will. And it's 12-7 now. The Manly boys, finally, we see 2 goals in a row from a team.
Yeah. So Nightbot is still there in case I do need to re-enable it at some point, but otherwise, for now, no mod privileges, so don't worry. He's harmless. Usually. Yeah.
Multi's gonna take this to the legend though. Try and get this another cross pass, just hitting the bottom of the on the table there. Gonna be A16 though, taking this pass. A tough bounce though for Dage to read, and it's gonna be taken here by Owo, cleared away just after the spin, and now another stack race coming through. A stack from Multi and Oculan, very quick here, and the shot on the goal. Oh, just losing the disc there. Oh, and dinging it as well. Losing the disc to the ring there. And recently, I've been brought to the attention that some people call that the clock, and I've never heard that in my life before. But there you go. That's
Wait, the clock?
Yes.
What's called the... I need a refresher here, because I've never heard clock either, but you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. There's oh, nice snag there, actually, from Dej. And that's going to be a clear. But there's the boost already, wasting no time at all. Everyone already finding themselves here on the opposite side of the floor. However, Team Uwu getting actually caught up on some Geo all along the way. Actually, it might be to their benefit, because they get it back as a result of that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense that we call it the clock, because a lot of teams now are calling out by what position they are on that backboard rather than just saying on the backboard. So they'll say 9 or 12 or 6, you know, wherever they are on that backboard, which it's smart.
It is.
It's a way to communicate.
I have no qualms against it. I've just haven't really heard it be a popular thing before, so that's kind of new to me. But that said, Awa, not new to them. It's 14-7. Manly Boys scoring once more. A recurring theme now as this last half, and looking maybe in place for that victory in the first round. The next 37 seconds.
And kind of just shooting off to double the points of who we're almost out of nowhere there. But yeah, there's been a lot of nice clear and boost plays. Some really, really good stacking, putting on some good pressure there from the Manly Boys. And this pass coming through, and again, I was just about to say, ooh, struggling on these cross passes so far in the second half of this round. Dej here going to try and get a little bit of a compensation goal at this point, because I think there's not quite enough time yet left. Having fun there on the floor with the other players. Going to be Multi, trying to get another slap through, but not quite online, and it's going to be all the way through. Maybe this shot will go in after the round, but not quite. It's going to be round 1 done, and to the Manly Boys.
Yeah, and well, 14-7, so double up on the score, like you said. Kind of, it was really even for that first half, tied up at a 5-5. Maybe 7-7 at some point, but yeah, just pulling away and doing a good job there to get themselves that first victory in this double elimination tournament. This is the second round brackets-wise. We're playing up to the third here of the upper brackets today, so still at least another match to come, as well as I think 4 matches being played in the lower bracket simultaneously. So yeah, you got stuff to look forward to still, as well as the NA Cups later on in the day. So with that, over to the score screen, and yeah, I don't know, what are you expecting for the next round, Swift? And do you think, aside of more potential caster flubs, I guess, from the name perspective?
Yeah, I mean, almost getting used to it, yeah, but I don't think I'll ever quite yet get used to the multi thing. It's
yeah.
I have to make it very, very clear.
Yeah, this is you know, I didn't even take that into consideration. I was so focused on the Uwu, Owo, Awa. I wasn't even considering multi and multi, which was already a thing last season. That definitely screwed with the casters a little bit here and there, but in a fun way, mostly. But yeah, all right.
I wholeheartedly believe that was just a coincidence. They're not like in real life friends or anything, I don't think, and they didn't make those names on purpose. It kind of just happened to be, which is funny. But yeah, there you go. Oh, takes it back for the 3, and that's a difficult 3-pointer to hit as well. Not in terms of hitting the goal, but in terms of hitting the 3-pointer. Often it gets really close. So that's 7 meters.
Yeah, didn't have much time to work with it either. That defender right up on him, practically blocking the vision, but just had the good presence of mind and floor awareness to know, where that disc needed to go. What's up there to Flair, by the by? Stop it in the chat. Nice to see you guys. And once again, second round here of this European Cup. And second round of this second round match, if that makes any sense. There's Dej with another goal.
Yeah, Dej with a lot of experience coming in on the offense. Been playing for a quite a long time, a fat minute, as the I don't know, Gen Z says, I guess.
You're just dropping all kinds of knowledge bombs on me. Clocks and fat minutes. That one I haven't heard somehow. Anyway, Off to Awa. I guess I'm becoming more like Dimly by the day. But alas, Multi with the disc here. Gonna do some anchoring around, but lose the disc to Awa. And more brawls unfolding and chaos now in the tunnel.
Yeah, Multi with that clear, and nicely read there by that stack by Ocular and Multi. And, and again, just reversed on the other side, read by the stack between the Legend and Dage. But unfortunately not able to get that pass through. Going to be contested there by Ocular, and going to get it further cleared down the field, and getting pretty close to the goal, but then recovered again by that stack from Uwu. So doing a good job now on the stacks from both teams, in fact. But Uwu been getting the upper hand on the offense so far. Dej able to convert this into the offense, but that shot not quite coming through. Not a lot of time to work with it, and 3 people in the goal from the Manly boys. So yeah, maybe trying to find that pocket, missing the shot, which is understandable. And now on the offense, trying to convert it into offense from the defensive play. And it's going to be Multi taking this well and trying to take this cross pass. Going to take it straight to Awa. Now to Oo, and to the Legend is going to get that intercept and get the clear.
Nice defense being played, but the stacks just blistering hot across the floor. There's another recovery, another passing play, but dove upon Multi. Just the great awareness on that. Again, the longer pass, so knew that he had another second or so, an extra second to dive out on the disc and contest. But alas, we'll be right back to the Manly boys and back on the offense. Scoreless still yet, 3 minutes into the second round. Might be about to change, but another bounce will be astray outside that bubble.
Yeah, and A16 going to take the clear, and Awa's going to actually intercept that. Going to be taken again by Ocular. Going to try and find this cross pass. Well played there by Oo, straight to Awa, and the bounce shot coming through and dunking it on the other side as well. A great play there from the Manly boys. Really good passing, and that shot as well, putting it on the backboard and then dunking it from the other side.
Yeah, some celebrations there coming in. People impressed inside the game itself with that. Little bit of flair thrown into the shot swinging through on that rebound. And Multi now gonna grab it, send it over on this launch. But yeah, first 2 points and a great way to get it going for Manly boys.
Yeah, I mean, it can really throw off goalies if you make those backboard shots, as it comes off pretty slow. So if you throw it slowly and it comes out at the goal really slowly, and then you dunk it from the other side, that's kind of just to throw them off even more. And that's a great steal from Dage to stop that shot from even coming through. And you know, we haven't seen that many extra shots this game. Most of the shots we've seen have gone in. It's just been the defense has stopped the shots from coming through before they've happened. But that will be an example of the goalie just making great work there. Multi at the goal there, making some good saves. And,
yeah, about to call him Molten because he is definitely hot on the defense, but the question is, can they get the offense going on now? Maybe expand their lead? No, because just another stun. I mean, for as good as the defense has been inside the goal for Uwu, Manly boys have been really good on the stacking back into the recoveries a lot of the time.
Yeah, I mean, guess not making it any better, the fact that Multi and Multi are both goalies in this match, which, yeah, it couldn't really get much better for the casters, could it?
Don't jinx it. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, will be another clear, and all in the back line, everyone kind of getting caught up. This is gonna open up the lanes for a nice little dip in from A16H. I'm trying to decide if that's a I. No.
No.
Say if there was another H in there. A16, I guess. As
I've just decided it's A16. Maybe it's
of all the names in the game, that's the one I got caught up in, I guess. But Oculalin with a disc here, 7-2. Still a lot of time for any kind of a miniature comeback. You know, only down by 5 points for Manly boys, and they are on offense. So pass to the bow tie, and then backing it out to Oo, and here they go. Oh.
Now taking it straight to Oculalin and throwing it behind him there, taking that shot. Really kind of difficult to make, especially that shot under pressure. When you've got a person on you, you have to turn and make that shot really quickly. Difficult shot to make, and it's made by Oculalin. They're trying to catch up now to Uwu, who have now been making the lead so far in this first round after the Manly boys took the first. But yeah, now trying to convert again into some offense. It's going to be the Legend getting this pass back, although going all the way through, so now pretty dangerous. The players haven't quite rotated all the way, but it is going to be Awa taking it again for this clear. Going to be able to get this pass through to OO, and now going to be taken by Multi, who's going to try and look for this pass at the tunnel. Makes it. There's an open shot, but guarded well there by Oculalen.
Yeah, always tricky, those ones. At times it looks like a guaranteed open goal as that bounces off the pole. And in the next moment, it's suddenly closed off, and it wasn't as open as you thought it once was. Just look at how fast these guys get back all into the bubble, end to end, and it floats on in again.
See, we saw the exact same shot, but Oculalen didn't even make the shot. He had the stun, but his arm was already in that throwing motion. He hadn't released the disc, but the stun released it for him, and well, goes straight into the top pocket.
Hey, gotta use every advantage you can, and sometimes those friendly bounces we saw in the last round, you know, some of those friendly ones off a stun going into the player's hands. Well, yeah, sometimes they just go right where you need it to go, and you gotta take full advantage of that. As Oculalen slaps it right back out, but rebounded by the Legend. They've been scored on a couple times here, so they need to find something lest they give up a bunch of momentum, because definitely Manly boys are starting to feel into it again.
Yeah, and Multi's trying to stop this here with this cross pass. There's a lot of mangled offense and mangled defense there in that bubble, just trying to buy some time for Multi here to try and maybe walk this one up and get a pass through. But A16H is going to take this disc, and Awa and Oo on that stack able to put it through. Oo left open with the disc, but the goalie's soon close, able to put on enough pressure to disrupt that shot. It's taken at the back line though by Multi, maybe not actually, taken there by Dej and cleared through. Now trying to find this boost, but again, a lot of stuns coming through. Well played there by the Manly boys to stop any offense coming from the defensive play. So good job from them.
And doing very well again on those secondary chains. You can see they're well prepared, you know, to compensate for their teammates wherever they happen to throw it. You know, having that second sec available to immediately go wherever the disc is going is really handy. And you know, finding them some good opportunities, just like this one on the opposite side. See, ooh, they had that stack ready to go and boost off, and you know, they got the disc back at least momentarily before OO picks it again.
And ooh, that shot, had it been put a little bit more to the center, may have gone straight in. Oh, takes this shot. Oh, but saved again by Multi, and recovered at the back line by Oo, and stolen again by Dej. Dej here looking to take this open three-pointer, not quite online, going to bounce off that post. Oh, and he rebounded away from the players there, but Legend is able to take it back here, trying to find this back pass here to Multi, who's going to try and maybe run down the clock just a little bit here, as much as they can get. They are ahead by 1 point, and they know that Manly boys can take this back as soon as they get possession. They've got fast stacks, as we saw last round. They can indeed turn this around and make this just a two-round game. Awa getting the stun through, changing the possession. There's a three-point shot on the lane, but Dej blocking it there. There's a goalie now. Awa taking this cross to Multi,
nice.
But a good stun by A16. 35 seconds left. The slot coming through. Multi able to get rid of it, but not for long. Oculan there waiting at the bottom of the midline. A16H, they've got to get this out. They do indeed, and it's going to be now. They'd be looking for that last goal. There's certainly enough time for the Manly boys to put it in on the other side.
That might have been rushed though.
Rotate coming through as well. Oculan taking through. There's a stack ready. Oh, they take the disc as well. We need to see a clear and boost or a three-point shot come through.
Oh no!
The shot come through, but I was there to get rid of it. And Multi rushes back, tries to save it last minute. It's not going to work. It's the two-round game. Just 15 seconds remaining at the end of that game, and that's all they needed.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. First of all, on the orange side, ooh side, some impeccable dives. Dive after dive was perfectly played on the defense, but then the offense, a little bit rushed on the shot where they could have maybe held it out or dragged it out, passed it somewhere, and then it ended up being paid for to the tune of a last-second loss on the buzzer just about. Oh, what a tough turnaround, but Manly boys, they did not give up on that play, and they got themselves a victory because of it. What a round and what a game that was.
And certainly not a bad game played by Uu there. Very well played for the rest of that round. It's just that very last part, and I guess understandably so why it was rushed. There was so much going on in those last 35 seconds, and kind of difficult to get hold of themselves.
Yeah, it was just a crazy finish, and was looking like a third round was almost guaranteed, but just pulling it right away. The jaws of defeat. Manly boys definitely showing they came to play, and Yeah, as a result, they'll be advancing here in this tournament. For Uwu, though, they're not out of it yet. Of course, this is double elimination across these 2 days. Therefore, you do have to lose twice in order to be disqualified from the tournament. So, still a chance to rebound for Uwu in the lower bracket. And yeah, we'll see how that goes for them. But to the stats, if you want to take a read at those real quick, Swift.
And literally the moment you said that, the stream buffered on my end. Oh, there you go. It's going to be 6 points for A16H, taking the lead there on Uwu, but on the Manly boys, taking Awa with the 11 points as well. Very well played on the offense there by the Manly boys. They had some really good stacks, a lot of possession time as well. They had 52% of that, and quite a few shot attempts. Most of them being taken by the Manly boys. A lot of pressure that they put on there, showed by that shot attempt stat, 62%. And yeah, I mean, putting in a lot of work on the defense as well has been Oculal and Multi with the 3 and 2 saves respectively, and 2 by the Legend of Multi there for Uwu. So very well played, but we will be going to our next match.
Yeah, we have that set to go just in a moment, actually getting into it right now. So with that, the briefest of intermissions, I would anticipate. Hopefully I didn't just caster's curse it. But we shall be right back with your next match, so do stay tuned, and we'll have it going for you really soon. All right, everyone. Hello. Welcome back. There you go. See, no caster's curse at all. We are back after a brief intermission. So this is another... Actually, let me verify. I believe second round. Yeah, so this is still a second round matchup in the brackets. The reason the other one started so early, I think, was... yeah, because there were buys involved, and then there was a mercy. So yeah, I think... time-wise, we're looking good to maybe cast even more than I thought for this cup. And with that said, I'm Palidore, this is Swift, and we're back into the game here for the first round of Blank V2 versus Everest.
Yeah, I mean, guess gonna be interesting to see not only the kind of inter-team kind of collisions on the competitive side of this cup. But I mean, I guess even on the same teams in VRML, kind of halves of teams pairing together, competing against each other. So here we have Blank v2, and before we had Nank, which was half of Blank and Nant. So yeah, let's see which half.
The names are all over the place today, Swift. I'll say that much for sure. As just a big pile up in the midfield gets the disc loose to the orange side.
Yeah, it's going to get over towards that orange bubble, but Bad Elmo taking the hands on it, but J for Jack and Yogsy able to pick that one up first, able to get contested with it. Conrad able to take the disc though, trying to get this cross through. Bad Elmo able to get the hands on it. Maybe not actually, going to be taken here by Winter. He's just turning around looking for that stack, and maybe in turn, Ares will not get as much time as maybe he would have hoped, but that shot is almost going to be good, going to be taken here by Bad Elmo. And yeah, almost cursed it twice.
Oh,
but he's able to get
wow.
hands on the disc. What a save from Albafons. Such a close range save too.
I'll be darned, that was amazing. Those are super tough to save because that was a just picture perfect cross pass. That was a foot in front of the goal, but the picture perfect placement right in the corner of that goal post. So that said, Bad Elmo finding the results eventually, but still credit Albafons for that amazing save.
Yeah, and just really good work in general there from Everest, able to take hands on it despite not having much time. Some really good passes there put through. Albafons taking the disc, although maybe a little slower than usual, or maybe this is a play I haven't seen before. The clear and boost coming through, and the stack making it all the way down. Winter getting stunned out though, Yogsy. So not able to make the pass that they wanted to. Going to be Winter taking the disc, but getting stunned away briefly by Bad Elmo. And interesting joust like that, but it is very aggressive, so of course does run that risk of getting stunned, and of course missing that only pass, which does cause that possession change. And luckily, Everest are able to defend against it and get that turned over. Going to be Archie Russell here, looking for this cross pass, takes it to Ares, but that tight angle shot is going to ding, and J for Jack recovering it here for Blank v2.
Oh yeah, the open goal miss there, always a tough one, but sometimes those wide open ones are, as I often say, the more difficult shot to make, because then suddenly you're not acting on instinct so much as just thinking too hard, and with that extra time to work with. So it's kind of funny how that works out, but that's kind of a reality even in real sports you witness sometimes, where it's the open ones that just get you caught up if you're not expecting it necessarily.
Yeah, and just kind of difficult to defend against, I guess. It's going to be Winter with another clear, putting it through to his teammate there. Going to take the three-point shot. Is it on? Not quite. Going to get the ding as well. And Conrad is able to clear this, although just straight up to that stack. The clear and boost coming through. Going to be Bad Elmo and Archie Russell, though only one of them getting through. So maybe want to wait a little bit for this pass. Able to get to him after headbutting one of the players here. Bad Elmo going to take the disc and get this crossed over to Ares. It's a 1-on-2, but just taking the shot a little too early. Not able to get close enough to that goal. Going to be Bad Elmo here taking trying to get this past Ares, but he is stunned away. So really good defense here from Blank.
Yeah, great defense from Blank, and for Everest, some great decision making there in the midfield, despite all the aggressive defense playing up there. So good things from both sides of the floor. It ultimately ended up on a wash for both teams. Now just trying to find their points, and there you go, washing it away. Ares with the 4th point in this round, and Everest now capturing themselves the light advantage just 4 minutes in.
Yeah, I mean, some really good offense despite not having a lot of time here. And Blank v2 not quite able to put on as much pressure maybe as they'd like. Just not enough time kind of for either team on this game. It's really fast paced and difficult to kind of think to do anything. Although, just I say that one shot coming through on the 2 points, tries to make it a 3, unfortunately not doing so, but does still get those 2 points. Ares, and now it's going to be 6-0 to Everest, just messing up that initial joust.
Just a tad inside the bubble, but, a score just the same, and they're going to be glad to take that, especially in what has been otherwise a lower scoring game. Some nice defensive plays being shown. They're still glad to capture some points really quickly off that joust, and trying to react and do just the same is Blank v2. I got the 2 of them down there on the bottom of the floor. Maybe a little rush. Didn't really have anywhere to go with it after the defense approach at that point, and And now it's loose once more, just impending these stacks' arrival will be Yugsy with the disc first, and now looking for a pass out to Jay for Jack.
Yeah, and this clearing boost coming through, although maybe not quite working out. The clearing boost's not quite working. Maybe they want to try and switch to some more passing plays, as they will do. Jay for Jack getting stunned in the bubble, though, so good reads from Conrad's. And again, like I said earlier, when you can get those jumps timed correctly on goal, they are absolutely crucial, and they're risky, but they're definitely necessary on that offense. And now they're able to convert it, right into offense again, and it's going to be Archie Russell getting stunned away. Going to end up eventually in Everest's hands, not quite making that three-pointer. It's going to be Winter clearing it away, bouncing, not quite getting all the way through. Bad Elmo's going to be recovering it here for Everest.
Yeah, right back at him, but not for too long. There's Winter. And Winter is coming for the cloud shot, potentially. That's going to be a little bit off, however. So the boost coming in hot from Conrad, but just losing it out. Was unable to read the trajectory, and now it's going to be loose here. Conrad taking place in the goal, waiting for that stack that doesn't recover for Everest still yet. So that's another clear, another set of boosts, and right back. I mean, look at that pace, and as they race across the floor with, again, blistering speed. It's incredible.
Yeah, and this nice intercept on the read there, but straight back on the other side as well by Blank. So hopefully they can convert this to some offense, maybe find some offensive momentum. Because the moment they've done a really good job on defending it in their goal, they've just been struggling to kind of convert this into offense, not quite being able to find the time they've needed. But yeah, maybe coming through on this three-point shot. In fact, will convert. Bad Elmo going to take it as much time as he needs, and cutting it through just at the right time. That stack was just coming through, but got bumped on one of the blocks on the way. So perfect time to take the shot. And well played there by Everest.
Yeah, so just like that, we're 9-0 now, favoring Everest. And I do feel like it's a little bit misleading in a sense, just because, a lot of even plays, but just some of these going the way of Everest, with the last couple of minutes. But I mean, the opening minutes were looking extremely even on the matchups, but now trying to open it up and maybe wound them once again. But no, Jay for Jack is there with the grab and picks it off, sends it out, and there's the triple stack coming in hot, and maybe, look at the shot, Winter! Got it to go, that was beautiful.
Yeah, pocketing it, oh my, that's having a hard time. Maybe it's because of that last game. I think that last game with the names got me all out of whack now.
Swift, you're molting. All right, well, over to Conrad, looking to react to that with 2 minutes left, though they still have a 6-point advantage, so, still feeling pretty confident, I imagine, but they do want to take care of the disc among this stack that's just kind of ping-ponging between these passes here.
Yeah, but Elmo taking the time with the disc, trying to split up that stack, able to get maybe a little bit of a boop shot here, coming through off the backboard, though. Going to be Jay for Jack here, taking it here, maybe trying to get this three-man stack together. But not quite working out. A good read on the middle there by Everest, and that's something I've noticed they've done a really good job of so far. Getting the reads on the mid line there. That's what's kind of been getting Blank to have so much hard time getting it converted over to offense. And the ding coming through as well. Winter able to find that two-pointer though on the recovery, so able to get the compensation for it. And now it's definitely doable. There's a minute left, so they're going to have to do things quickly, but pace of this game is pretty quick, so I wouldn't be too surprised to see them come back here.
Yeah, needed that score, and they got it, so they still keep themselves alive here in this first round. 4-point differential, as you mentioned, and this stack, this defensive launch here for Blank, going to be very important. Not allow Everest to delay it any, and it looks like, they certainly want to try, because just look at this positioning, that triangle on their side of the floor. But losing the disc! Important turnover, the shot though, miss! That's going to be grabbed, recovered, and sent in. So not able to get the three, but they still bring it ever closer with enough time, technically, to make a comeback yet. They need to be fast.
Yeah, I think the bigger loss on that shot was not the fact that they didn't get a three-pointer, it was definitely just the fact that they lost a few seconds, and a few seconds is, well, just that, but at this time it's kind of all they have, and it's going to be 5 seconds remaining. Not quite doable, and even the three-shot almost making it on the other side. But very well played there by Blank V2 in the first half to try and bring this back and, of course, develop themselves into this second round.
Yeah, well, so yeah, I mentioned in the second half when it was, what, 9-0, score felt very misleading compared to how the eye test was playing out for me and watching these players. And you know what? There you go. Over the last 4 minutes, it kind of evened out there. Only a 2-point differential, and that is just, yeah, testament to keeping the positive team play and the positive spirits, you know, not getting too discouraged seeing 0 on the scoreboard, and putting up 7 quick ones in just a few minutes span. So they brought it close. Round 2 should be very interesting just based off that.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm really interested to see what we'll see from Blank V2 coming through on this second round. Because I mean, they really were able to get their offense together at the end of that first round. So yeah, I mean, again, just gonna see what they have in store for us. Maybe able to get warmed up and able to start playing, you know, well and start playing properly again. Maybe got a little bit cold in between those matches and able to warm back up again. So
yeah. So round 2 about to be underway. On that note, quick shout out now back to the Twitch chat again. Sorry guys, I don't mean to ignore you, but you know, when do it cams and casting, and then you guys are active as you are. It's tough to keep up. It's like a double-edged sword because I love seeing an active chat, but then I can't always keep up with it as efficiently. But in any case, thanks guys for joining. Thanks for the follows there. See, it's me with a follow, VV Plays with a follow, Cliff's Xbox, oh I like that name for some reason, with the follow, and now it's gonna be back to Aries as we follow these teams into the second round.
Yeah, taken here by Yogsy again. Nice intercept on the defense there by Blank V2, able to get the clear as well. Now, can they get the stack? They can indeed. Their first one's 2. The goal, and of course, she's going to take that dunk in. Secure. That's the 2 points, and, well, able to get it through. And, I mean, I guess that's sort of the difference between a couple of play styles. So a lot of teams will try and pass that back for a 3-pointer if they have those 2 people up. But other teams will just secure those 2 points and play it safe. And I guess that is certainly, I mean, it's a safer way to play it, but maybe sometimes at the end of the game start to regret those, because the points, those 3-pointers, although it is just a point extra, it definitely does build up and puts on a lot of pressure on the other team to kind of live up to the 3.
Yeah, and well, part of that too, I think, also just goes back to mentioning earlier how some of these shots, they look like they're wide open, and then you throw it, and then in a snap of a finger, suddenly the defense is there, as if they just warp speeded into the recovery. And so I think sometimes as well it gets tough, because yeah, you definitely want to squeeze those extra points when you can, but because of these double stacks being constantly ran by these teams also, your comms need to be basically just perfectly precise, because if one miscommunication or misrecognition on a impending stack, and it suddenly you give away all the points that you could have had because the defense just gets right back into the goal. So it's definitely a tough balance that these teams have to figure out, especially over here.
Yeah, and maybe I'm having some couple connection issues, so hopefully that doesn't
sound all right.
escalate.
Sound all right at the moment, but I'll let you know if you go Mr. Roboto on me. We do have a timeout right now, as Aries waves to the stream apparently. So hello. Yeah, so we got someone had crashed here, so we're just waiting the return. As now Conrad gets in on it. I'm gonna unmute you guys since you're listening to the stream. Don't make me regret this.
It's right in front of us there.
Fortnite dances.
No, don't do that.
I regret
No,
this.
no. Don't do that, dude.
I joke. Gotta love it. It's becoming That's what I love about Echo and about VR, right?
Wait, they can hear us. They didn't disable the fucking voice thing.
Stop swearing, dude. Go back.
Is you get these dance. We had the Macarena. We've had Renegades. We've had Congo lines.
US, man, you're gonna
Congo
have
lines.
VRML bot ban.
It's fun. It's fun. Every once in a while, I get these entertaining highlights that end up being clipped.
We had a Macarena in game once, didn't we?
Yeah, yep, that is accurate. We had can't remember which match it was now. It was in last season though, right at the start of one of the games. So in the very first, neutral joust, the teams had launched out, and then all the players apparently they agreed to hit their brakes right in the middle, right before they touched disc, and they all just stopped and did the Macarena. That was a fun moment, unexpected. But yeah, you see those from time to time, and it's what you gotta love about VR is just how you can see all the physical moves that these players are putting out there in real life.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see some teams doing that, and I mean shows kind of the sportsmanship on both sides. Since that initial goal, it kind of can go either way, and it's not necessarily 100% on always who necessarily is the better team that always scores that first goal, and kind of can go either way. So for them to make that on the first, of course, it doesn't impact the game massively either, and it's just nice to see a lot of teams kind of doing stuff like that and able to make some plays. I guess that counts as a play.
Yeah, sure. I guess so. I mean, got dance battles. We got rock paper scissors battles. We got tennis, aka trench tennis. I mean, there's a lot of meta games and stuff being played in Echo from time to time. So it's all in good fun. And this cup, all in good fun, again presented here by VRML, put together by VR Community Builders and Hasco, as well as sponsored by Rebuff Reality. So shout outs and appreciation to all the aforementioned there for their contributions to this cup and this event.
Yeah, and I mean, I just gotta say the Trennis thing. I mean, that had a cup of its own, as that is a great shot from Conrad. But I mean, as we talk about the game kind of progressing and getting better, some of these things actually end up benefiting your actual game skill. So the Trennis thing kind of really helps to get you to roll it off that bottom trench, which is kind of difficult to do a lot of the time, and it's usually a good shot to take if you're from that midline. It's often goes in straight in for the 3, although I'm not sure the Macarena is going to help you in that same way, but
never know. You also have a 2v2 or not 2v2 headbutt league happening here this offseason as well, and that's another thing too. It's kind of, on one hand, you think, oh, it's kind of fun and memey, but at the same time, learning to headbutt the disc with precision, that's a skill set in its own that a lot of players are getting good at, and we've seen some of that, in streams as of late. So it's all kind of a fun way to do something different, but also polish up on some important Echo skills. You're right.
Well, my game's gone, so you're going to have to take this for a little bit.
Well, that is an uh-oh indeed. I'll try to get that back hosted for you in a second here, as J for Jack gets it up there, and up high. It's to Yogsy. Yogsy now tapping it out kind of on the stun. Will be recovered, trying to anchor around perhaps, but the maneuvering not quite quick enough, but intercept picked off by Albafons. Now Albafons sending it over to Yogsy at the bow tie. He's going to redirect himself and swing it over to Jay, but Jay getting stunned on that play and tapped out of there, and right back to the stacks. Midfield recovery looking like orange. Winter with that disc. And it's up for you right now if you want to get that. They'll get that. Yogsy, nice hit. Open 3. Just about a second before the defense was able to swoop back in.
Yeah, nicely played from what I saw there, which was not much, of course, but did see some of it, and it was a nice shot there on that 3-pointer to make that 40-meter shot. And of course, let's get right back into it here. Going to be Conrad taking the disc here for Everest. Now Balelmo getting the cross again, maybe trying to take this a little bit slower, as Blank V2 does have that stack, but they are able to intercept between all of these passes. So taking it a little bit slowly here, as it is a 3-on-2, and now a 4-on-2. So getting that pass back there, kind of crucial, as Yogsy's going to try and read this one, but not a lot of time. Aries putting on some pressure there, trying to force something to happen. And of course, it does. Winter trying to pass it up here, but turns around, and Bad Elmo's face is right on the disc.
Yeah, but just the same, some good decision-making here, coming in from Blank, but the defense causing some turnovers off of stuns. I mean, Everest not really leaving a lot of wiggle room once that disc is caught off these passes, and now they're going to find the open room, but still not able to convert. Another attempt now. A good pass. Just a fine decision from Bad Elmo, and that was anything but bad. Good Elmo. Tied up, 5 apiece.
Yeah, now equalizing again. It's going to be, again, a very close game. And I don't know, maybe Blank V2 can come out front. Really, at this point, there's not much guaranteeing either side, and would definitely like this game to go to a round 3, as one goes straight through, in fact, and reaches Conrad's hands. Everest now trying to take this disc, but Albafon's able to slap it away, and nicely played there to J for Jack here, and now trying to find a goal on their side. Going to be J for Jack trying to walk it through, get another back pass yet again, and now trying to push it up the field. They have 2 players back, and maybe trying to hold it out, force some pushes, and open up some crosses.
Yeah, definitely pushing the aggression, but that's the thing. If you can get these passes off and, leave some defenders stranded in the back line, you could open up the front. But that said, everyone's starting to recover and pile up into the goal, so that disc knock loose here. But now 3 defenders actually outside of that bubble, so they need to press on this fast if they can. There's the pass, and there is the goal. 2 up for the side of Blank. And important score, and great job to press that.
Yeah, and something I saw very nicely on that offense there was J for Jack taking the disc right after the stun, taking advantage of that little cooldown you get after being stunned, walking it into the bubble, and didn't have to worry about passing because he can't get stunned away. Of course, a disc can still get stolen, but it's much more difficult to do that than to just stun the player. So if you can't be stunned, then yeah, take advantage of that second-and-a-half window, or however long it is that you have.
Ooh, nice leash though from Winter there. Got double stunned though at the other end of the floor. Bad Elmo recovers. Actually, might get his own clear or pass, but it will be Conrad here getting that. Sending it over to the side. Maybe miscommunication there as a couple defenders were contesting J for Jack. So some more piles. This time, a successful barrier pass. And like I said, wise decision making. They are down 2, but they want to make the most out of these opportunities. Maybe an Opera 3. Yes, sir. It's Aries from deep, barely squeezing it.
Yeah, and able to get a lead. Finally, a team is able to get more points than the other. Again, just been exchanging 2-pointers for kind of this entire game. We did see 1-3 earlier, but now could be Everest taking that 1-point lead and maybe hoping to get 2 of them. But they are in the lead here, which does make a massive difference. You can force the other team to push you a lot more easily than if it's just tied, because of course you just hold the disc out forever. It's just gonna go to OT, and it's gonna be a reset again.
You can see they're doing that. I mean, they're they're getting the disc back and they'll reset it to the barrier. So, and almost deja vu about to happen here. Perhaps. I mean, you see the barrier that results in a clear. The goal gets open, but snagged off by J for Jack.
Yeah, maybe the communication missed there, but also a really good read from J for Jack on that play, able to get the read on the cross. Now, speaking of crosses, coming straight back to J for Jack, and he's able to take the 2-pointer from just inside that bubble and able to make it through on that bottom right corner pocket.
Yeah, well done again. Right place, right time, especially considering the clock. 1 minute 24 seconds left. And we could be seeing that round 3. We almost had it in the last match that we streamed here on VRML 1. But it was a last-second goal that denied that. But still, could happen here. We shall see. Everest, again, playing it pretty patiently. Monkey in the middle between those chains, actually stunning them out. And now trying to work it up the floor.
Yeah, taken here by Aries, who was able to get some nice stuns there on the defense there of Blank V2, just trying to throw them off and put them out of position, which doing a very good job of here, as they do have quite a few open passes now. Bad Elmo here, now to Archie Russell, trying to take this through for that shot, and now almost saved by Yogsy, but just inside the goal, I believe, as he grabbed it.
Oh, that was tough for sure. It looked like even the stun was just about there. But still, somehow got that shot to unleash, and then the save. So almost like a double whammy of unfortunate plays happening against Blank V2. They're gonna have to just collect their thoughts here and just ignore it, and maybe capitalize on a well-played set here. But unfortunately, the stun on J for Jack, that might seal the deal, especially if they can't get this back in a hot second with this clear and boost.
Oh, maybe not. I was going to say, we did see last game the same exact thing happen, and a bit of a spin from Bad Elmo. Putting it in for the 2. Didn't matter anyway, they were going to win, so might as well put a spin on it.
That is a bad man, or Muppet, whatever the case is. They won by 3. Everest there at the very end, a couple of big goals, and finishing it with that flourish that you saw. Fantastic work from Everest to come back and just secure those last couple goals. And with that, a narrow sweep, but still a sweep nonetheless.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, really close games there. Just 1 point apart from each other apiece. Pretty much the entire game, and really interesting to watch. And of course, nice to see Blank V2 maybe competing a little bit with the Nank side of things. Maybe we'll see some fun internal battles on the team. Nothing serious, of course. Just
at least if we get that matchup though, it'll be more difficult for you than for me because see, I'd be saying blank and Nantes, you'd be saying Nantes and Blanc. So it's gonna be tougher for you, but for my accent, works just fine. So I'm okay with this.
Well, I mean, there you go. I mean, then again, it is easier for me to tell the difference between multi and multi. It's kind of easier for me to distinguish that, I think.
Yeah, maybe. Either way, it's almost a metagame in itself. Is watch how these players are playing, then watch how the casters are casting with some of these names. I don't know. Got to make some sort of game out of it eventually, because there's too many fun names in this league now.
Caster Cup when?
Yeah, exactly. The Caster Cup coming soon.
Eventually.
Yeah.
we'll have enough people, and I mean, I'm just going to take that time to say, if you want to cast, I mean, definitely feel free to maybe come and join us and find a spot on the VRML casting side of things, the casting roster, if you will.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Casting applications will be open for now, indefinitely. It's on the announcements page. You can check it out also on the VRML website. There's a post there on the homepage, but you can go apply to that. Got a lot of applications, I will say, on this first wave, but the new casters will be brought in this next coming days, I should say. So, Season 3 of VRML coming on January 4th. A lot of teams, a lot of players, a lot of casters, a lot of excitement to look forward to, without a doubt. As, we're going to try and, figure out what we've got going on in terms of the matches. I haven't seen anything new develop, but just want to make sure I'm not going on a tangent then ignoring a match that's about to happen. But that said, yeah, fun games so far. Denied the round 3 by basically just seconds in the last minute, twice in a row. So maybe the next time around we're going to get that. But still, great games to watch and cast.
Yeah, and absolutely. Hopefully, going to be finding ourselves in this next match soon. Taking a look at the bracket, which I will just put in the chat there if you want to take a look for yourself. We did see the Manly boys who won against UU. We did cast that match before. They will be going up against Everest, who just won this game, of course. So it'll be interesting to maybe follow those through.
Yeah, we'll see what's going where here in a second, figuring that out. But yeah, actually, I think I do have the brackets. I'll bring it up here for the stream. I can do this for EU. It barely fits on the screen. The NA one does not fit on the screen, so definitely have to utilize links for that later on. But in any case, you can kind of see how that's unfolding, thus far. Again, double elimination across these 2 days. We'll have more matches again tomorrow, so not doing the entirety of the cups, thanks to the heavy participation that we've seen from these regions. So, it's a good problem to have, that we have to split it across multiple days.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the attendance list, 417 attendees. I just saw that. That's absolutely ridiculous for kind of what is just a small cup. And just thinking back, that's kind of basically the total plays we had in VRML in the preseason, I believe.
Oh yeah, the growth has been just booming for sure. But yeah, that said, we will put it to just a brief intermission to settle ourselves into the potential next match here and figure out what's what. So stay tuned, and we shall be back very, very soon. All right, everybody, welcome and welcome back to VRML Channel 1 here for the Snowflake Cup of Europe, Day 1. We have a match between Auckland and Hellbent. And on the cast, you have yourself a Palidore and a Swift in this cup. Again, sponsored by Rebuff Reality, put together by VR Community Builders. Swift, looking forward to this match, and I don't want to jinx it, but I'm just saying. Maybe we can expect the round 3 this time around. We got teased by it twice. I think it's maybe it could happen this time. We'll see though. We'll see.
Yeah, and I mean, just coming off of that, I guess surprising win, considering the I guess predicted wins that Nank lost 2-0 to Auckland, who looking to maybe carry that momentum through and maybe beat Hellbent in this round. So we get debated by the round restart.
That we did. So false start there. Timer was going, but then a reset at the last second or so there. So another little brief delay there, but yeah, we were discussing that just a second ago before we had unmuted, and that was kind of unexpected development in a sense, but it makes things very, very interesting for the streams when you do get these unexpected matches and results, and then yeah, it's going to be a story to follow. See if Auckland's can capture that same magic perhaps, and this time do it, for the stream and for the casters here, and it's going to be very interesting to watch, because I know from my standpoint, I don't have as much familiarity with a lot of these players, especially on the Auckland side, so it just makes me extra curious now to see what goes on.
Yeah, and of course I've seen a lot of these players before. I've seen Watchdog and Grimy. I have seen before in scrims as well as pubs. But the Dirty Mustard and Topsky are both new names to me. I do know, however, the majority of the names on Hellbent. Richie watches my videos, I guess, as well.
That's Rich. But
That's Rich.
I can maybe unmute the comms here and maybe get an idea what's going on.
Did you say I may have put a baby in my sister?
Oh boy, well I'm really glad I unmuted the comms for that.
What?
I'm just gonna let that one sit, and I'm gonna take a drink of my Dr. Pepper now.
Of course. Oh my god, I just twisted my body in a way I
But
didn't think it could.
if there was any there's any more efficient way of representing.
Hey guys, we are able to
Oh god.
rewatch this match later.
Anyway.
I didn't hear what happened, and I'm not gonna ask. So.
Oh boy. I'm sorry. Almost a delayed reaction on my part, but.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's just gonna get easier for me.
Okay. We're fine. Everything's fine.
Are we gonna be able to rewatch this match?
Yeah, I think by the reaction, I could probably tell what happened without hearing it.
That was a few. Anyway, maybe it was quiet enough for the Twitch stream. They didn't hear a thing. We're all good to go. Here, I'll let you keep the comms unmuted on your end, and you can tell me if the players give you updates. But in the meantime, looks like we're actually ready to go. There's a double ready ups, and all right, we're fine. We're good to go.
Oh yeah, I hear the comms, and yeah, that's confirmed in my head exactly what I thought was gonna happen. Well.
Oh well, all right. So off to the first round launch. Here's the joust again, the upset of sorts against expectations. Auckland in that last round and our last match that was not on stream. So we're gonna see what they do against Hellbent. Some recognizable faces here, as you mentioned, and from VRML last season as well. And be lucky for Hellbent. Swinging that outside to Baguette, and Baguette from that tunnel is going to have a lot of trouble thanks to Tomsky with that recovery and the pass over across, but will be lost to Locky.
Yeah, and Watchdog able to maybe get his way to the disc, but first finding the hands on it will be Hellbent here, trying to find the stack, but no, Auckland's with that fast stack going back on that defense, able to get there quicker, and getting a few stuns through, buying them a little bit of time, getting the clear back. The Hellbent first on the stack, they're able to maintain possession here. Not for very long though, another stun coming through by Grimy, but a trade coming through. Baguette will win the disc, and the clear comes through, just getting past the hands of Auckland's there. And now, taken here by Richie, taking the close range two-pointer, able to make that one through. There's the first goal for Hellbent.
Yeah, a little back and forth action to start it off, but getting their first goal for Hellbent, indeed, about a minute into play there. So on the joust is Auckland, showing some good speed to start off. Let's see how they do here with this PE launch on that joust, and we'll just go for that kind of juggle down the floor on these two players. Trying to get that to the other side, but no one home. Actually, I take it back. Eventually recovering was Tomsky, but getting brawled out.
Yeah, here, and Baguette able to get that read on the cross. So able to clear it away here for Hellbent, able to get rid of it with a stack coming through. Slowly here for Auckland, but not quite able to get enough time with the disc. Baguette able to get the clear, and almost straight into the hands there of Auckland's, but able to get a couple of stuns through. A good stack here, and Lockie able to take the disc, able to put it into that bottom left pocket for another 2-pointer.
Good move, and painting the right place of that goal. You see off that barrier pass, good recognition there. And even on the windup from the shot from Lockie, just it kind of brought it to his right side, almost as if to kind of, mirror the fact that he was going to go for a shot on the right, but then let go of it late on the release with a purpose, to hit that left side. So just a bit of juking with the minute arm movements there, which is a good thing to do on goalies to just keep them guessing.
Yeah, and some more clear and boost coming through, and Lockie able to get the dunk as well off of that. So some good fast play there from Hellbent, able to get those stacks through, dribbling the disc, so to speak, and now taking yet another 2-pointer. Auckland's are able to get quite a lot of pressure here onto Hellbent, but just not able to convert that into points.
And that was really, really lovely tap passes or short-range passes being shown by Hellbent on that last play. Always love to see that executed, especially in traffic. Not the easiest thing to do to keep calm, but they did so very well. But at the moment, now trying to calm it down and find their first goals in this round. It's Auckland looking for maybe a 2-on-2. Perhaps they do have a cross, doesn't matter. They got it to go. Grimy getting his hands dirty. 2 points the Auckland way.
Yeah, it's difficult to get the disc into that pocket too from that angle on the same side at the top left. So good work on the offense there. Now, finally, Auckland's able to get that into points here. And now going to be Hellbent's first time starting with the disc. Rough pass here, but it still makes it its way to Baguette. Bouncing off here to Richie. Able to make that one-on-one. A good save, though, by the Dirty Mustard. Able to put some pressure on and make the save, too. So Hellbent are able to get back hold of the disc, get this cross over, but Lockie not quite able to finish here. Baguette finding the disc once again, though. It's going to be Tomsky here with a nice slap away. But again, it's just going to be recollected here by Hellbent. So good positioning, and here maybe we see another clear and boost come here from Auckland, so able to find themselves a 3-pointer, but losing the disc to the floor there. Grimy just trying to get some juking plays. A 1-on-3 makes his way around that shield and makes a nice 2-pointer.
Yeah, I'm surprised he got up through the defense, but did it with some success and a little bit of pizzazz as well. Perhaps recognizing whether through the communication or just the fact that in the goal you can kind of see, well, there's 2 defenders in the goal. There's one kind of struggling near the barrier around me, so chances are I'm probably okay from behind. And hey, found the maneuvers they needed, and with that, they might score again. Grimy for the 3, 7 meters at that, but a 1-point advantage, Auckland.
Yeah, and finally able to make the 3 here, and they are able to come back definitely with a punch here. And able to definitely get some momentum here, and maybe taken a little bit by storm there. Hellbent starting with a disc twice in a row, and maybe butchering the passes a couple of times. But yeah, maybe they can find some momentum there on the offense eventually. But Grimy will take the disc once again, though, for Auckland's. It makes a little bit of a self-pass, but interrupted there by Lockie and Baguette on the stack here. Quick pass comes through for Richie, back pass again. So trying to take it a little bit slow, pass around that stack, which is smart of Hellbent to do. They see this stack play coming through from Auckland's, and they wanna get around it. So this back passing is definitely a way to do it, and it's certainly very clean as well. Lockie getting it through to Richie, who's going to try and make that. Don't know what that was. Maybe a shot, but nevertheless will make its way into the hands of Auckland's. And now just a free disc on the open goal of Hellbent here, able to make that 3-point shot on the backboard.
Wow, some impressive showings from Auckland for sure. I mean, the first few goals in a row coming in from Hellbent. But now just a big scoring burst from Auckland to really start putting the clamps and that vice grip on Hellbent, kind of showing, you know, what we missed out on in the unstreamed match, perhaps, versus Auckland versus Nantes, or Nank, rather. And really some good moves coming in, as a good pass, however, from Hellbent to finally respond. And that is what they were doing so with some success earlier on, and that's exactly what they needed to get it going again. Brings it within 2 points.
Yeah, absolutely, and it seems like Hellbent able to find some momentum finally on that offense when they were starting with the disc. So now maybe going to try and build that momentum up and try and build this one through. Again, they're just 2 points away, so all it takes is to score 2 goals in a row, and they're either ahead or on the same line. So we Baguette taking the disc here for Hellbent here, trying to get this clear, try and do something on offense. They do have a stack together, so assume that probably a clear is going to come out here soon, or a pass down the line, and here it is to Richie coming through. I see they doing quite a lot of back passes, Hellbent to pass around those stacks again on the defense, and again just able to walk it straight through. Not quite able to get the hands on that stack there from Auckland's, taking a little bit too long. BX2 just getting that right into the bubble.
All right, really good comeback here for Hellbent. A couple goals in a row after going scoreless for a little bit on that drought, but 2 minutes, 21 seconds remaining in this first round. It is all locked up at 10 apiece, as we do get, looked like a, timeout, unpause. So, really brief. One player over on the other side communicating, it looks like, maybe. So, well, they're going to figure that out and see how that goes. Saw chat mentioning that 7-meter 3 earlier. Yeah, those are possible from time to time. I've seen, on even rarer occasion, a 6-meter 3, and I've seen 9-meter 2s. Not often, but they do tend to happen, you know, across, I don't know. You cast 100 matches, you're going to get that happening 1 or 2 times anyways.
Right, and it's not only just maybe a little bit of ping, but definitely 7-meter 2s and well, 8-meter 3 is definitely, 8-meter 2s and 7-meter. I don't know what I'm saying. Again, I'm getting confused in the numbers, and the names from earlier weren't helping. Yes, I'm still blaming it on that. Maybe I'm just a bad caster.
I think you're just having a tough time as they get the lock for the 12-point score here on the board for Hellbent. Tough time with the numbers, though. You know, we haven't been casting a lot. Like I said, I think, if nothing else, my accent actually gives me a slight advantage with some of these, but, like, you know, we're warming back up into this season, I suppose, with some of these matches here for the community tournaments. We had so many of them, 2v2, we've had Party League, we've had Charity Cup, we've had Rookie Cups, we've had Coaches League. I mean, you name it, we've done it. And the name of the game right now, though, is Echo as we go back into this last minute of this first round. Hellbent, the narrowest of leads.
Yeah, and beautiful 1-2 passing here from Lockie and Baguette. Able to find a lot of time from that, maybe trying to stun the goalie and get the disc there. So very well played by Hellbent here.
Ooh,
but a
wow.
save coming through from Tomsk, actually, who was just kind of floating through on that defense, which a lot of the time is definitely a good thing to do. You can buy your goalie, well, an extra pair of hands, essentially.
Yeah, and that was okay. They do get the disc back. Actually, some shields going on here. Grimy going to be passing it, but approached on the stun. That was an important one coming in. Richie and Lucky in the midfield defense, but trying to bring it up now. 20 seconds left. They can tie. They can take a lead. They're gonna ding, double ding, in fact, and that's gonna ring out. Gonna be sent out to the midfield. Oh, that is a tough turn of events for Auckland as they get the disc back for a brief second. But Lucky's gonna send it deep down to the floor, and now with a recovery here, perhaps even a shot. That's going to maybe cap it off. Miss, doesn't matter. It's the victory in round 1 barely for Hellbent. Wow.
And every single striker in Echo felt that as it rings twice on the 2 points down. That's just, it couldn't really get more painful.
Oh yeah, those are the ones that will be just pulling at your soul for a few minutes there. I know. I mean, a double ding, so close. Man.
If this doesn't go to round 3, I'm going to be fuming.
Yeah, well, certainly with the pace and you know, what we've seen from the gameplay here on these two teams so far, would be very much a possibility. I mean, again, even matchup all the way through here. I mean, I think 6-point lead early from Hellbent, but then Auckland going on a run to put them up by, I think, 4, and then it was just back and forth from then. And it's Echo, just like many sports, it is a game of runs across the course of a round or a full clock. I mean, teams will get hot, they'll get cold, they'll get hot again, and so the story goes. But great first round, for sure.
Yeah, that first round was, I mean, the definition of close. It can't really get much closer than being a 2-point lead and then the shot coming through and dinging twice on the post. So yeah, really great games today, and we have been blessed with such great games, even if they haven't gone to 3 rounds.
Yeah, no, for sure. They've been really close, again, multiple times now. This is the 3rd in a row. So, actually, 4th match in a row we've had here on stream. Well, that said, pardon the delay. I might have pressed the wrong button there, as you'll notice on screen. I don't make mistakes. There you go. See, I'm also a bad caster, Swift. That's okay. Back into these top here. We're both warming up into how to do things again. But round 2 is underway.
Well, I mean, yeah, the cams and the cast, you know, both of them a little bit, you know, warming up here. But Lucky, able to make the 2-pointer. Still able to come off, not warming up, definitely warm and able to make the 2-pointer just 17 seconds into that round. Yeah.
Really quickly on the first shot. Back to Auckland now for this joust now. As we saw in the first round, it was a 3-goal-in-a-row start for Hellbent, so Auckland certainly not wanting to be meeting the same results in these first 2 minutes, especially off of that very narrow defeat. You know, you want to be able to put together some good momentum here and, you know, not feel too pressured and playing on your heels, especially when you're already down by 1 round. You know, you want to get off to this great start and try and secure this 3rd round in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, and here going to be taken by BX2. Not quite able to get the possession there on the defense, Auckland's, but Hellbent able to take it back. Here another clear and boost coming through from Baguette. And now another, maybe looking for the cross pass, but Lockie stunned. Bit of a Kobe shot there from Baguette. Going for the flick of the wrist there, but able to take that one, but the clear not all the way through from Auckland, so going to be taken yet again by Hellbent, and that is a good stack that's going to contest that midline really well. Watchdog here looking for that pass, but Grimy again contested right on the line both times, so yeah, maybe getting the revenge a little bit there, Hellbent, and Lockie is able to find the disc and able to hit 2-pointer as well, so yeah, able to get the better hand off of those couple of stuns that were just very narrowly away from kind of danger on both sides.
Yeah, and mentioning the stuns, definitely the name of the game at times here in this one. I know I saw Martin in the Twitch chat mentioning that. Someone who himself gets a ton of brawls on any given game across VRML, so definitely appreciating that and seeing the punches here just unfolding and trying to deny the stacks. I know a lot of the times we saw in the last couple games, the stacks were just immense and just end to end of the floor in no time at all. But this one, you're seeing a bit more brawling and, you know, a bit more delays. You're not seeing basically all 8 players just zooming at once, you know, right off the bat.
Yeah, and I mean, as much as stacks as you can get them real quick, they're also, you know, they're kind of the one of the easier things to counter because the punching mechanic is there for a very good reason, and it is there to stop the stacks, and of course also buy a bit of time on the offense as Hellbent is doing right now. So now this the goalie trying to maybe force a 1v1 here, maybe try and get something done, but the Joker train coming through, and you hate to see it, but it's in from Baguette.
Well, that looked very well practiced. You can say they're Joker trained, but yes, Hellbent 6 points off of that. I wasn't ready for it. North America's not for a couple more hours. I wasn't prepared, but you know what? We got it. And I like it. Some won't.
Yeah. Some definitely won't. And I mean, if you're Auckland's right now, then you certainly don't. But you know, Lucky able to get this stun, and again, just using the stuns really well. Hasko certainly going to be happy in the chat.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Man, the disrespect on my part for mentioning Martin, fan of the brawls, but not mentioning Hasko, of course. Yeah, the definitely the prime assaulter back to 2017. I got a lot of painful memories of those punches once upon a time. But BX2 here at the midline, causing a turnover, or actually losing it. A turnover there to Watchdog, who gets it through to the orange zone. There's some punches, but there's at least a couple boosts that get broken away, and Grimy cleans it up.
Yeah, and I mean, there I guess is another downside to kind of the stacks. As fast as you can get them, if you make your stacks super fast, and it can be difficult to read where the disc is bouncing, and if you kind of overcommit on the boosting and overcommit on the speed, you can miss the disc, and well, sometimes it ends up to be a goal for the other end, which in that case it was.
Yeah, sure was. And oh man, Richie almost had that recovery. Could have been a decent attempt, maybe at a quick goal, but they'll still get it back. Baguettes, they're up by 4. Lose it out to Grimy, but slips past them as well. And now back tap being sent, but Tomsky diving out along with Watchdog, and they're going to clear, they're going to boost, and now they're going to have maybe an open goal if they don't misread this, which they do. Will it matter? Maybe, maybe not.
Grammy's still going to get control of the disc, and a good stun by Watchdog to buy a lot of time. That pocket shot just missing, though. And it is, again, just going to be not a lot of time found, even reduced by that stun from Richie. And Grimy here going to take the disc, maybe try and find this back pass as well as the cross. Over here, trying to find that open pass with BX2. Maybe we see a crash here as that is going to go off of the hands of Forget the slap, and another save.
Wow.
Lucky able to get the hands on it too. And there you go, BX2 is back here for the coming back, but yeah, very well saved there by Baguette. And Grimy able to walk this one up into the bubble. Baguette is stunned, but the immunity period again. And he dives out of the goal, takes that save, and now the stat coming through on the other end. They're not quite as quick, but they are a little bit more accurate to the disc. A couple of stuns coming through, though, going to deny the possession there for Hellbent, though. And now, it's still 6-2, and a shot hasn't been made for a very long time, or a goal, should I say. Many shots have been made.
Yeah, attempted for sure, but the defense proven to pay dividends for Auckland here trying to get that disc back, though. But will be 6-2. And yeah, still scoreless, but there it is. Some more dive-out defense. And we'll get another clear into another boost, maybe another open shot, but that's going to be too low. Missing that first grab, but still getting it off a bounce now. It's going to be Lucky somehow getting it through 3 defenders right in his nearby area. And now finding the 2-point slice right in that corner. Nice hit from Baguette.
Wasn't too fast, but it was right under that left pocket. Really difficult to save for the goalie there. So really nice shot from Baguette. After Lucky buying a lot of time on the floor there and getting that pass back. So good play there by Baguette on the dumping shot.
Little bit of a botched initial joust from Auckland there, so that's going to cause a little bit of disarray on this side of the floor. A little self-bounce going back to the way of Tomsky, but Lucky will get it back. And back to the bubble area it's going to go. 1 in the goal, 1 on the barrier. Just going to take it, but not meeting anything but the wall.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes blocks are your best friend when you're stacking and trying to make bounce passes and such, but sometimes they're definitely your worst enemy, as we saw in a couple of instances there from the clears from Auckland's. But BX2 taking this shot by Baguette, and he's going to thread that one in for the 2, not quite making the 3-pointer, but definitely still going to take an extra little bit of lead there, and seeing a much bigger lead here being taken now by Hellbent.
Yeah, 10-2. So now starting to pile on the points. Time beginning to wind down, and Hellbent looking to close this if they can in the 2 rounds. Auckland really need a score. 2 or 3 doesn't really matter, but they need something pretty fast, because if one more goal goes the way of Hellbent, it's going to start being too much to overcome.
Yeah, and they really need to try and get a pass here quickly. They just need to progress the play faster, as it was a 2-on-1 there, and they could have taken the pass much earlier. And they really need to do that before that stat gets back. Otherwise, you know, they end up retaliating. They end up getting the stuns through, and at that point, it's a 4-on-2, and then it's just completely out of whack on the offense. So now Baguette's going to be reversing this play here on Hellbent, going to try and take this pass to Lucky. Another slap pass coming through back to Baguette. Well read on the stun there by Tomsky. Again, not quite able to get the clear through. In a minute 30, they're really going to have to get these clears on point. At this point, they're going to have to start scoring only 3s. Lucky having a bit of fun on that wall, but going to be Grimy getting this clear on through, and really it's a toss-up as to whether this is possible or not, but they're definitely going to need goals fast.
There it is!
That exactly they will do.
All right, brings it back within 5 with about a minute left here. So they're not out of it yet. They still have time to make a comeback, and we've seen this almost happen in the other games as well. So we'll see. also want to give full credit out too to Hellbent. Just noticing on that last series of plays, really impressed with their control that they're showing on some of these passes. They're very, very calm, even in heavy traffic with a lot of these ones. Despite any turnovers that eventually happen, they're executing fairly well, more than fairly well, just really well overall in this round.
And now we need to see. Oh, that headbutt could buy them the time that they need on the offense, but no, it's going to be Hellbent taking it back. And now here taking, oh no, by the dirty mustard every single second. Missing the disc. Oh no, what's going on? And it's going to be slapped away by Arklands, but at this point, I think it's a done deal. Hellbent able to take that and trying to find that bounce shot. An interesting one at that. And Lockie maybe here trying to take this past to Baguette. And that will indeed have the cherry on top by Hellbent. They are going to take a 2-round win and progress to the finals.
They're going to bag it. And they did. 12-5. And that's a 2-round sweep. So Caster's Curse it might have been. But nonetheless, it was still a good match. Round 1 was phenomenal. Round 2, Hellbent showing a bit more control and just able to get those offensive pushes going a bit more with higher success. So with that, will be the sweep again here. And yeah, Hellbent's just doing a very nice job to secure their spot here in this upper bracket, continuing to advance. Meanwhile, Auckland will be forced into the lower bracket, where they still will have a chance to come back in this tournament. Double elimination.
Yeah, so Auckland, I believe, will be playing. They'll be playing either Narc or Blank in the next round in that losers bracket. But it will be Hellbent, of course, taking it to the winners final and then progressing to play the losers of that double elimination bracket. So I mean, we'll see who comes out on top there. And I mean, it is the beauty of double elimination, as I am scrambling my words again.
Oh, you're more than fine. So let's see if I am correct here on this bracket. So yeah, the Manly boys and Everest currently playing as well simultaneously in the upper brackets, which I can try and bring up for you guys here in just a second. But yeah, this I believe should include conclude the European portion of our streams, at least in the upper brackets for now. The other matches that you see there for upper bracket finals happening tomorrow. And yeah, with that, some lower bracket matches still ongoing too, but we'll still have a lot more to come, rest assured, because we have North America. We'll be playing at, let's see, I believe a few hours from now, if I'm correct. Probably should have wrote it down, but it was early. But let's see. It's 10 Pacific, I believe. So still, yeah, a few hours from now. And then tomorrow, just as well, we'll have the conclusion of both the European and American portions of these cups. We'll declare ourselves some winners, all that good stuff. Of course, prizes in the form of some Discord roles. There will be prizes distributed to those with who are judged to have the best team names and for good sportsmanship and things like that. Again, for fun, Community Cup here in the holiday seasons, and just kind of one more big event here to cap things off as we do sail towards VRML Season 3 on the 4th of January.
Absolutely, yeah, really excited to have that come through really soon.
Sure. Oh, actually, real quick, sorry, I want to, before I got too carried away with that, I see Haskell said they do have teams ready in the lower bracket. So with that said, sure, I'll stick around. We'll stick and stream another one here. I wasn't positive on that. It kind of depends, because for some of these tournaments, once it gets into the lower brackets, depending on delays, oftentimes it's gotten kind of hairy with these cups. But if we do have teams actually ready to go, then that's fine by me. So on that note, if you have anything else to leave off with Swift, you can go ahead, or else we'll just take a quick intermission and I'll be back around the corner.
Yeah, absolutely. Just I guess stay tuned for the next matches then, in that case.
All right, so an elimination match happening next, would seem. We will be right back. Do stay tuned. All right, everybody. Hello and welcome back to VR Master League, Channel 1 here for the Snowflake Cup in Europe. And this next match is up on the slate. It's a lower bracket match in this double elim tournament, meaning, hey, all the marbles are on the line. The team here who loses, they are done for the weekend. So victory is of the utmost import, especially right now. Readying up now are these two teams. On the cast, once again, I'm Palidore, being joined by Swift. Shout out to everyone in Twitch stopping by throughout the day. And of course to VR community builders, as well as a Rebuff Reality for putting together this tournament and sponsoring it. So with that, round one underway. Swift, take it away.
Yes, it's going to be here, taking the headbutt on this side. Going to be on blue, blank V2. And going to be J for Jack here, looking for this quick play up to Yogsy. Good slap here, but Obafon's not able to read it. Pass is coming through, and another stack play coming by on Uwu, and they're going to get first to the disc. There's an open goal for a little bit. The defense coming back though. A16 just going to stuff that into the goal anyway.
Yeah, kind of turned around towards that barrier, was looking at what the defense was doing, how fast they were coming up, and you know, maybe considered that pass to the 3 for a second, but obviously, you know, the goal got covered up, and I did the smart play, which is to say, just take it right in on the stationary goalie, walk it in for the slam. So Yogsy now on the rollout here towards that tunnel pass, and there's Winter with the disc, and on offense is Blank.
And here J for Jack left briefly with a tight angle open goal, but covered very well there by Uwu. Now J for Jack taking the disc back to Yogsy and passing it up here. Nice to draw out the defense there. Winter, though, able to get the juke, but not the shot. J for Jack here, doing just the same on the backboard, in fact, or the clock, which recently learned that's what it can be called. Multi here, able to take the disc. Stun coming through by Dej, and it's just kind of all over the place in this bubble. J for Jack, though, walking it through around that shield, and at that point, I mean, say this so many times, as soon as you get past that shield, you've got the entire net to shoot on. You're so close, and I'm going to see another pause here.
Yeah, so not sure the reason there, but yeah, we'll see where that one goes. But tied up quickly here off of those back-to-back scores. Fairly similar, just kind of walk-in goals for Uwu and then walk-in goal for Blank. And yeah, so this will, again, be a lower bracket match. These teams meeting each other. We already saw both of these teams in the upper bracket on stream, so I know what they're capable of here. And fighting to stay alive and make it to tomorrow, where the finals for lower bracket and upper brackets will be played to determine the winners. Of course, a community tournament here for fun, but the winners will be awarded Discord colors, among some other things yet to be announced. You know, based on sportsmanship, based on team names, kind of fun things like that for this stream and for these players participating here in this holiday season.
And of course, I guess that being another benefit of the VRML Echo Arena moving to its own Discord, we can have all of those roles that we once needed. And yeah, of course, Discord has kind of a hard role limit. And well, we kind of, by having 2 servers, we can have more roles. So there you go.
Yeah, it's a great problem to have, honestly. Going into Season 2 back in July, that was kind of the case. So we ended Season 1 with... my recollection, somewhere just under 80 active teams that were active by the end of the last week 10 of Season 1. And then going into Season 2, you know, we had the Quest 2, or the Quest 1 version of Echo fully release, and we expected a boost. We didn't necessarily expect as large of a boost as fast. You know, we went up to, 2 weeks before the season started, we reached 100 teams, and I was expecting 100 teams maybe by the end of this year. Like right around now is when I was expecting to have 100 teams, and yet we kept growing by 10 teams every week for like the first half of Season 2, Season 2, and then going into Season 3, now we're looking to have over 200 teams perhaps. So it's pretty ridiculous, the growth we've seen, but it's a great thing.
Absolutely, and I mean, not only for us in Echo Arena, but just for VR in general.
Yeah,
I'd love to see this sort of technology develop, become mainstream, and eventually be at the top of the esports list.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely trending in that direction. It's stayed alive and more than alive, really healthy these last 3+ years now for a reason. Now Yogsy, giving a reason for excitement as the stun and the finish, putting it away 4-2 now for Blank.
Yeah, faking the overhand shot to get the goalie to push out, and then just tucking it right there under the goalie on the bottom hand shot. So really well played there by Yogsy after a couple of ducks there. And good shots as well. But it is still just a 2-point lead again to Blank. So going to be seeing how far this can take them. Maybe they can equalize here off of this off of these couple of goals. Now a good duck though by Dej. And back passing this to try and get some more on the board, but not quite able to. Taking this 3-point shot from the midline. Difficult one, just missing there. The stack's not quite able to come through, but it is eventually. So Jeff for Jack here, left with a couple open options here. And just trying to find the pocket a little bit too hard and not able to find the goal. So now cleared away. Not quite all the way through though by eventually all the way through. And trying to find the stack, although it is going to be Blank V2 that is first to it.
See, that's the issue we bring up sometimes with those pocket shots. Just by its inherent natures. I'll get back to that in a second, because Dej, he's just going to go right into the goal, ducking once, twice, and finding success for the tie. Much like we saw on the other end of the floor, Dej saying, hey, anything you can do, I can do better.
Yep. And, I mean, yeah, arguably better. Showing his game sense there for that he's gained from, playing this game for quite a long time. Got a decent advantage over, I guess, the rest of the people in the tournament, along with just having pure experience. Although sometimes comes at a cost. Sometimes you play Echo for so long that it's like, whoa, there's so many new players, and Arbor Funds taking that in for the 3.
I just got to point out that. We can see it on this replay here. Look at this. 1, 2. That barely squeezed through. 2 defenders in that midfield. Picture perfect. Whether it was even intended or not. Just right through the fingertips of those defenders to get the open goal. That was fantastic.
Absolutely, and yeah, it's really nice to see such good passes coming through, as well as the shots being right on line on the pockets. Really good work as well on the offense, and Blank V2 doing a really good job of passing it through and making some really good team plays again there, catching the goalie off guard, getting this done, and just securing the 2 points, basically as secure as you can get it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's another one of the balances we talk about when you're dealing with goalkeepers. We say for the goalkeepers' end, they kind of got to figure out when to dive, when to stay, but on the offensive end, you kind of got to figure when you want to take the shot from, kind of the mid-range in between the barrier and the goal, or if you're going against a goalie who's maybe known for not ever leaving the goal whatsoever, it can be very effective to just walk it right in, swing through on a dunk, or just, drive it right through their mitts if you can. So it's a lot of different aspects of that meta. That's always a constant balance from game to game and player to player, just depending on their tendencies.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a big part of being a goalie too. Just looking at the player that you're dealing with and having to read the shot on a per player basis, because much like real sports, you'll see a player and know, hey, this guy takes shots usually overhand or on some sort of direction.
Ooh.
That will be a bounce shot coming through from Uwu, as we do see a lost player there from Blank, so a possible pause coming through here in a second.
Yep.
We will indeed see that.
So crash there for Blank. And that would make some sense. I was thinking for a second there, because Uwu had 4 players all make it back there on offense. So I was kind of wondering, where's the Blank stacks? But yeah, they did drop 1 player, so that would make sense for that. And now switching over to communicate what exactly is going on. So a little bit of stoppage here, but again, this match here in the lower bracket will determine who advances and, well, stays alive, that is to say, and who's finished for the weekend. So, the stakes here, very much a reality if they want to continue on to Sunday's tournaments.
Yeah, we've seen so many close games today, and I'm really excited to see those finals tomorrow. Of course, see the NA games later on. Don't think I'll be there to cast them, but I'll certainly be there to at least give them a watch. And apparently no timeouts for the NA games, as Haskell has said. So yeah.
Haskell mentioning in NA got 70 teams participating, which again, it's staggering, but it's a good problem to have, if you can even call it a problem. It's just organizationally, it is a lot of teams to manage all at once for a singular weekend tournament. But again, shout out to Hasco for doing a great job to just put that together and keep people on track, as best as she can and as much as possible. Definitely know it's not an easy thing. So with that, I'm just gonna let this sit now on stream real quick. But now I would signal what they're doing, but it's banned on Twitch now, so I can't. But anyways, with that, also once again, shout out to Rebuff Reality. They're sponsoring this cup just the same. Of course, over on the VRML side of things for our seasonal play. Many thanks to our sponsors for VRML, which includes Rebuff Reality, in addition to ProTube VR and VR Cover, VRware.net. We got Fixed Gaming, and we're also introducing, as of this last month now, really excited, Asterion Products and HyperX. So we are hyper excited for that development here, just continued support for the leagues. And again, you can just see the growth in VR and VR esports happening before our eyes, especially with Quest and Quest 2 and all of the above. We were talking about that earlier, and just how impressive and how amazing the transition is going, at least for me, to Quest 2 coming from CV1. Like, there is some adjustment, but especially with the recent patch to throwing, I know, which has made things better. I mean, with throwing and things, like, there's very, very little difference compared to what you might expect, or what, with Quest 1 and such. I mean, it's very, very viable, and, I love playing on it. It's a joy. It's great to see these people getting into VR now to kind of experience the same.
Yeah, and I mean, I love seeing it as much as in the game from Rad, of course, as well as Oculus. Listening to the feedback is just, it's so nice to see. I mean, just with the controllers, the way that the Quest 2 is designed, people were like, "Hey, we didn't really like the controllers; they were too small for the Rift S and the Quest 1. We like the CV1 controllers, and well, there you go. They made controllers that were, well, what feel in my hands almost identical. The rings just on the top, which is difficult to really feel when you're in VR.
Mm-hmm.
And also the headset design itself also borrowing a little bit." And also, I mean, mentioned this earlier, making it kind of easy to put third-party straps and stuff on. It's just, it's nice to see, as well as Rad, of course, making updates to make this game more and more competitive. It's really, really awesome to see. And of course, it's all part of getting VR into that mainstream.
Well, yeah, and for those who didn't see that Rad mission briefing yesterday, I mean, that was something in itself. A lot of cool updates coming into Echo Arena and customization, Echo Pass. So go check that out. Check the VOD if you haven't already. You can find the links in the Echo Games Discord and so on, announcement pages, catch up on all that news. But really big developments in the community. But right now we are going into the last 3 minutes of this first round and trying to play the defense here. Blank on offense with a stink on the dunk. It's 11-6.
Yeah, absolutely, and really well played on that offense from Blank V2. What was pretty much a simple cross, but difficult to kind of make out in all of the defense and all the punches. So very well played for Blank V2 to get those passes in. And Legend here with another couple of passes, hoping to return on this very, very quickly and respond. It's going to be trying to attempt a little bit of a cross here, but stunned away is the Legend here, and maybe a clear and boost here coming through from J for Jack and Winter, but no, intercepted there from Multi, so good positioning there, and a quick pass coming through, an open three, and it is going to be taken by the Legend, and there you go, 9-11, and it's just a 2-point game now.
Yeah, exactly what the doctor ordered, and Legend serving it up on a platter for the 2-point differential now, so they are still right into the thick of things here. 2 minutes remaining, Blank on offense, Joust's advantage as Yogzi QBs sends it immediately the way of the tunnel. Oh, but just mishandled. Dage taking it right back, and now a chance if they can get those stacks, which they do, to maybe get a tie or a lead. Oh, but just slides right by that side to the wall, rebounded by Dage. Actually just missing the handles on that. might still get there with a slight second to spare, but it's going to be kind of tougher on the recovery now.
Oh, and trying to buy some time on that sidewall, but well read there by Archie on the offense. And now a stack coming through, just missing the second pull though. So maybe buying a little bit of time for Uwu to come back, but maybe not, as a few stuns come through on the back line. So well played by Blank V2 to stop those stacks, recognizing, hey guys, we missed a stack, but we could take this opportunity to stun them out and just take a 1-on-0.
Yeah, and numbers don't get any better than that. The mathematical numbers. There you go. Shout out to Tutu by the by on that note, but multi-launching, setting it, not able to collect that first pass, but actually just rolls right to the right person, which is to say A16, and it's 13-11 with a little under a minute remaining. Still close.
I don't think I've seen A16 a single time in this match with without the snowman decal on, or the emote. He's constantly tapping his head to have that on his face all the time, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, well, right in the spirit of the cup, I suppose. So gotta love it. See, that is a hold on now. Bounce off his boost, maybe a chance, and they do. It's tied up here in round one. Uwu back up at it thanks to back-to-back goals from that guy right there, A16.
Yep, I mean that's all they needed. It's technically possible, and it wouldn't be the first time we've seen it. If we saw Blank V2 score a goal here in 8 seconds, but they're definitely going to try. It's going to be a pass here to Winter, not quite making it through, and a very unfortunate bounce, in fact. Progressing it nowhere, we are going to see an OT.
Happy to say, so overtime it is. Yeah, we'll see how this one goes. We had the overtimes 3 of it, in fact. All 3 rounds in a row over in the OCE finals for this cup the other day. So, yeah, maybe get a little bit of a taste of that here for EU as it comes down to this joust again, playing for their lives in this Snowflake Cup. The first joust going to be butted out into the orange side of the floor, but tapped back out into the mid zone.
Yeah, and taken here again by Blank V2. Some nice reads at the midline there. Oh. And a nice 3-point shot as well to go along with it. The 16-meter second, 16-meter goal to close that out. And yeah, only taking 13 seconds. So there's the first round to Blank.
And just like that, off the chaotic disarray that was unfolding off that neutral joust, the goal just being left open, and that is a tough concession to make, especially in the sniper eyes there. And Blank able to just take that with, like I said, efficiency, 13 seconds. So, first round in the books, and it was a fun one for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. That is an interesting thing on the stream.
I know what happened. Sort of. Well, that may or may not be fixed for the next round. We shall see. And in the meantime, though, I'll go over to the score screen anyways. You know, remember what I said about cameraman? You know, I'm warming back up into the proper procedures. So you're not seeing things, you know, don't misunderstand me, stream. There aren't that many players over on blue team. I don't think. That said, I would be very interested in casting that match for the Chaos alone, if that was the case. But that said, enjoy the stats. I put that in air quotes, as they are. And we're going to get ready for the second round in a little bit of time. From now. I think they took maybe a timeout or something briefly, but looks like we got it going.
It does seem like Blank V2 are missing a player, but it looks like they are just going to start with that. Maybe a battery running out. Hopefully not. But there you go.
There we go. All right, well, yeah, continuing on, it would seem. Nice grab, but grab back. It's Winter with the disc. Winter sending it over. Disadvantage on the numbers might not matter. However, Jack missing that first grab, still gets a second. Cutting over there to the nest. A little bit of a juke, but off of the goal, and will be taken back by Dage as Archie actually rejoins. So they got the fourth player, maybe about to come to that catapult in a second here. And 30 seconds in, just a wash so far, score-wise.
Yep, and here's going to be Yogsy taking the disc. A nice duck to buy just a little bit of a time, but not quite there to J for Jack. Going to get stunned away there by the legend, and well timed there, and maybe trying to find a clear and boost here. The Legend and Dage not quite able to find that time with the disc. Some good pressure here put on by Blank V2. And now the cross not quite online. It's going to be A16 taking the disc. Going to get this pass to the stack. And now breaking up here. Going to be Uwu. Oh, just taking a little bit too long with the disc. And a nice stopping the leech here from Uwu to get back in the defense as well. So good passing here by Blank V2. They're going to try and progress it right up the field.
Oh, but being denied by the brick wall, that is Dage with the brick brawl at that. Archie sends it over to Yogsy. And Yogsy with a little bit of space to maneuver through there. Now the two orange players for Uwu trying to get their stacks back into this pile-up, so they will force a turnover off of that grab from the Legend. The Legend with some very active hands here defensively, sending it over to the other side. But the stride of the stack getting interrupted. Will it matter? No, it won't, because the goal exposed and the 3 bounces in. Legend again.
It's not often you see that shot go so perfectly into that corner. Really difficult bounce shot to hit. And, well, I honestly believe if there was a goalie in there, they probably would have had a hard time saving it.
Yeah, just took the right angle. And won't complain for those results, I do suppose. But might complain if this turns into another turnover and a goal. I mean, Dage, yeah, whirls it right from underneath and even gives a little bit of a, I don't know what you call it, a guitar riff finish there on the celebration afterwards. So Dage putting in some points. And they're up by 5.
Yep, love to see those celebrations and the guitar riffs. I'd love to see some customizable on the Echo Pass, just as a brief off note. Imagine having player anthems every time you score, like different for each people. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I mean, they'll already be adding some unique customizations to it. Those banners in the arena when you score looking super cool. The moment now, cool as a cucumber. It's J for Jack with the shot right into the disrupted goalie, and nicely placed for the 2-point shot to start it off here for Blank now after a few minutes.
Yeah, and just really nice play up the field by Blank. Some really good passing we've seen, although Uwu might maybe getting the upper hand on the stacks recently, but yeah, been seeing some nice passing from Blank. It's just Uwu have been able to get that upper hand on the quick plays on offense, able to get some cleaner passes as this one almost makes it through, but a nice stun from A16 to prevent that from going too far, but Winter is just going to clear that all the way through anyway. May actually be a shot on goal, just missing there. The slap finding its way into the diamond, unfortunately not going in here. Makes its way all the way back for J for Jack. Just backing it out here, trying to find as much time as he can. Does a very good job of that as well. The pass to Winter, and so J for Jack back. And he's going to put that straight into the goal.
Mwah! Chef's kiss on that one. Love that passing sequence from Blank. Hit every single corner. You had that entry pass over in the bubble. You had one to the shoulder, to the backboard, then to the cutting in the front. That was just gorgeous pass work and decision-making from Blank.
Yeah, and I mean, just really, really nice team play and passing from Blank, showing that that team synergy. And now coming through to Dage, trying to buy a little bit of time. Does that, I mean, I guess as well as he could there, using that shield to try and juke himself around. Eventually does lose the disc, and it is going to be in the hands of J for Jack. Cleared there for Blank V2. Not quite able to find the stack. The stuns have been really good for Uwu to try and stop the stacks coming through on Blank V2, and so far it seems to be working. Then again, they are only ahead by 1 point, or maybe 3.
Maybe 3, and definitely, in fact, as Dage puts them back up once again. So a couple goals going Dage's way now, the last couple attempts here. And 5 minutes halfway through this second round. The first one going to Blank by a 16-13 margin in overtime of round 1 here in this elimination match of the lower brackets. So a lot on the line as recovering is J for Jack through the rubble and back to the trap. The stacks get it. Once again, there's Legend with a clear that actually bounces past that midfielder. This might open things up if they can get it, but Multi actually being stunned by Yogsy, I believe.
Oh, this bounces. Oh, almost making it through. But yeah, and it's going to be recovered by Yogsy. He's going to go in for the 3-pointer anyway. 7-7. Twitch's favorite number in history.
I can think of a handful of numbers. I mean, as we approach, let's see, 420 on this clock, but there's a lot of favorite numbers among the community for sure. But that said, tied up. That's actually a number that I love to see. Good sign of the competitiveness of this game in both rounds thus far. It's just, like I said, it's fun to watch, fun to cast, love doing it, and beauty of it is we still have North American Cups later on as well to get even more great games continued on the weekend here.
Oh man, I love Twitch culture sometimes. Well, the good part of it anyway. The stage brings us in for the 2, and that's a mighty fine shot going from the backboard, just making its way into that bottom right pocket.
Yeah, again, just the perfect spot essentially to at least make it tough, the toughest on the goalie to save those. Because, you know, mentioning earlier how the backboard shots, you know, they do take the speed off the disc, so you know you got to be precise, but you also want to still try and paint the right spot if you can. You know, if it just bounces right into the middle of the goal, it will be an even easier save for the goalkeepers. So nicely done. And again, there's a passing sequence that's just executed flawlessly from the side of Blank. Really love the pass work they're showing.
Yeah, really, really cool to see that that kind of team play coming through. And even though it's not a full VRML team, definitely looks like one. And I mean, if I didn't have any prior knowledge, you probably could convince me that it was one. And maybe losing the disc, unfortunately, at the very start there. Blank finding the 3-pointer, not quite able to find the disc. And yeah, I'm not too sure what happened there, but hopefully they can recollect it. Hopefully they can find a 3.
Yeah, that is tough. I'll give a bit of credit there to Uwu, because even after they overshot the disc, I'm not sure who it was who immediately recognized it and braked. That was actually kind of an impressive reaction time to be able to do that, but still paid for it just the same. And that will be a tough giveaway with 2 minutes, 20 seconds remaining, and being down 1 round in this series already, because now it's offense again to Blank. It's Winter, gonna wind it in, and with that, 14-9, back-to-back goals in the last 20 seconds or so, you know, factoring out the joust. I mean, that's just... Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
That's definitely difficult to come back from, if not mentally. You know, it's hard to kind of miss the disc and then get intercepted on the 2 kind of hardest things to deal with in a row. And well, there you go. And then it's going to be Blanky you with that disc once again here. Going to be taken here with another offensive joust, maybe trying to just play the time here, play the clock, and. Yeah, going for the win here, going for this dive in is going to be Archie, finding the bottom corner of the goal. And, I mean, I guess as you said earlier, can't lose this. It's the bottom bracket, and you got to take every opportunity you can.
And Archie just taking the opportunity to throw down an absolute hammer right through the defense. The hands were there, but powering it right over. And with that, really securing themselves a nice buffer with 1 minute remaining. So, Blank V2. They're looking to cruise right on to the next round of the lower brackets and try and make their way to Sunday's games, especially with that shot if it's on, but snagged out by Dage. But they just see that time ticking away and their hopes at keeping in this tournament fading by the second.
Absolutely, and they do get this clear, maybe not though, intercepted there by Yogsy. And there's the rescue take, clearing it down mid, going for maybe that bounce shot off the top right shoulder there. A16 trying to get something with the disc. That stun might just close out this game though. Going to be taken here by J for Jack, trying to get the pass maybe down the bottom corner, but the goal is left open for a brief amount of time. Oh, the Joker train in the goal somehow works.
You know, it might not be enough to take the win here, but that was a stellar save considering all the claustrophobia that the offense was forcing. And the goal. Multi trying to do it again, but gets stunned at the last second, and that will cap off this round. Indeed, cleaning up on the sweep. 18-9, Blank V2.
Whoa, where did that come from? The lead that Blank took just in the last 2 minutes of the game was very, very big, and I mean, just after missing that joust, it seems like they couldn't really get back into it, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, you said it. Sometimes it's really tough recovering from those, and especially when it happens, you know, close to crunch time. I mean, it was around, what, 2:30, 3 minutes left, and, you know, those kind of things can really be big setbacks on a team when they happen late, especially. So, with that, fully capitalizing, indeed, was Blank able to just bring it to, yeah, like you said, a pretty impressive scoring total by the end of it, nearly reaching that 20 mark. But it will be the victory their way. The stats sort of fixed, mind you. I think it's only one round of stats, not the 2 rounds, actually. But that said, fun match and some big plays, highlight plays, coming the way of both these guys.
Well, at least the stats aren't blank.
I'm only mad because I didn't come up with that one. Oh well, what can you do? Ooh woo.
I was fully expecting you to think of that before I did.
I guess I just drew a blank. Well, that is a sign as much as anything that this stream is coming to a close. But that said, congratulations to Blank V2 on that win, and Uwu for putting up a great fight. Again, these are your partial stats, just from that second round exclusively, and minding you, doesn't factor in any crashes and things like that as well. So, you know, not the full representation of what happened, but still a good indication when you see, you know, on the Blank side, I mentioned being really enamored with their passing. They showed some great pass work on several of those drives. And to Uwu's credit, there were a couple times that they had some really nice saves on those and kind of sunned them out. So they stopped it a couple times. But on the whole, it's just too much to overcome. And Blank, yeah, with those, you know, everyone getting points or assists, and just putting the full array of teamwork, which I just really love to see that. Especially considering, again, the semi-randomness of these cups.
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks very much for the Twitch chat. And Hasko asking for some Christmas puns. Well, you heard how it just sounded when I tried to force the pun, so...
No, I think we Chris must be going here in a second. I'm so sorry to say, but with that out of the way, that will
Just hit the button.
just hit the button. I'm getting there. All right. Well, for everyone at home, do stay tuned in the very near future, because about let's see, 2 hours from now, we'll have the North American portion of the Snowflake Cup, Day 1, happening here on this channel. Very well, maybe other channels streaming as well. This is, you know, anyone else in the community can feel free to be streaming, casting, and stuff on their own channels. But we will present some matches here for sure for you on VRML Channel 1. And then we'll continue again tomorrow, same times, for the conclusion of this tournament, presented by VRML and put together and sponsored by VR Community Builders, as well as Rebuffed Reality. So on that note, I've been Palidore. That's been Swift throughout these last few hours. Happy to bring it to you guys. So until later on in the day, be happy, healthy, safe, and be great to each other, in fact. And we'll see you again very, very soon.